Recon XSplit. Hello! Here we are with session 14 of the seasonal arc. Today I have with me
Kevin. I play Domino, the human fighter monk.
I'm Jacob. I play Turok, the Goliath fighter.
I'm Andrew. I play Uriel, the human fighter.
And I'm Kyle. I play Cassius, the human rogue ranger.
I'm Clint. I'll be controlling all the other fuckheads. So, what the fuck happened last time? You had to rescue Yendon. So, yeah, you guys got in a well lost. Kandara had been attacked and everything, but she had, she was fine, because this is something she's been doing for 30, 40 years, fighting off her father's mercs. But Domino discovered that Yendon had been captured, and you guys went about trying to find him. You kind of just wandered around for a little bit, and then you used some magic. You tracked down a dagger that had someone's blood. You tracked down a dagger via magic that Domino had given Yendon. You found some blood on that, and it looked like maybe Yendon had stabbed someone and then chucked it and hidden it under something to hide it. And then you analyzed the blood. You found some guy. You did some things to him.
I just sat outside the room and guarded. I don't know what I was talking about.
You did some things that I think really legally are classified as rape. I'm not one to make rape jokes, but you guys did some stuff to him, and it was not good. But he gave you some information. You ended up finding the warehouse, and there was one guard there, and it wasn't that big a deal. You went in, you got him, you set off a couple spell glyphs that did some things. Yendon almost died, but you healed him, and you got out of there, and then you just fucking booked out of the city. And Yendon was like, nah, I'm not going to come with you. But Domino was like, yeah, you should come with us. And I'm like, God, I got to go. I got to go. And that was kind of how everything sat. Everyone was fine. You were all alive. All your friends were alive. But it became pretty clear that Ardur Hargroove was something that was going to have to be resolved in the near future. So, that brings us to character creation. Character creation is a thing, right? It's the 3rd of 5th month, 4033 DOS. It's around 1 in the morning on the 3rd of 5th month. You guys are about 2 hours south of Wallace. No one's rested yet. You just fucking booked it out of the city, trying to get as much distance as you could. You left rather abruptly after rescuing Yendon. Under the assumption that rescuing him and not offering up Kandara for trade, which is the thing that was going on, someone had communicated with you that you could trade Kandara or the Desert Woman for the Orphan, which is Yendon's name, Yendon the Orphan. The assumption being that, now Ardur Hargroove is pissed off, which I don't really know how that would change things from what they have been, because he's generally, the one time you met him, he was kind of a jackass. So, it's 2 hours south.
I am banging his daughter.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, her husband has only been dead for 6 months.
Trying.
The desert changes you.
No, you're not banging her. Not yet.
We went to Boiz to go to the library, right? Did they do that? Or did that get tied?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
Herbert was completely oblivious to all the fucking subterfuge and shenanigans that were going on. He was having a little fantasy vacation in the Great Library of Wallace. He found the Shadow Blade and the Cloak of Spring on, if I can reference my notes here,
Helmet.
Dovos Manoth. He was a champion of the arena. Cassius knew him by name. He is thought to have possessed the Shadow Blade and the Cloak of Spring, but his last known location is Cranham, but that was a couple years ago, so who knows if he's still there. You guys know that the adamant armor is probably with some Goliaths that use it to fish on the western coast of the continent by maybe 50 or 100 miles south of Cranham. That's from the Eisman. Herbert also uncovered the visage of Ash, which is like a skull helm. He mentioned like a king called Hashaka Tellerdell, who ruled over about a dozen subjects, was probably buried with it out in the southeast of the continent, square V30, so way south of Millen. And I think that was the stuff he discovered. He got another lead on a blade of bone and flame. This one was a long haft of bone with an edge of frozen flame, like an axe or a chopping sword. He thinks it's might lie somewhere in Menem.
Ooh.
But only because a tribe of albino flesh eaters was wielding some sort of magic of fire several decades ago, and probably Menem soldiers looted it when they killed all the flesh eaters that were wreaking havoc in the towns around the city. So, some leads, but nothing like super concrete. Plenty of options to go investigate for next time.
And do we have ideas on what all these things do, kinda, or just like legends?
Adamant armor is very durable. That's the long and short of it. You're a lot harder to kill while wearing it. A lot harder to injure.
Always good.
Always good. The Cloak of Spring, something to the effect of, like, some legends speak of flying with it. Some speak of just like it's kind of a magical, like, cloak armor and stuff. You ever see The Cape? Fox?
On what?
The show The Cape? No, that was several years ago.
I was thinking like
It had,
Doctor
like, half a
Strange's
season.
cape.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
There are
what I like
legends like in that vein about it.
A reference from this century.
Yeah, maybe like something that I would
A reference from this decade. The Cape was an awesome
from
show.
after I was born.
It had the dude who played Goliath, the gargoyle's voice in it. He was cool. I can never remember his name. There's the Blade of Bone and Flame, which, choppy, burny
yeah.
nonsense. The
Easy to
visage,
break.
the visage of Ash was something about like choking ash clouds, or like moving as an ash cloud, kind of insubstantiality type stuff.
All right.
Legends. Not a lot of fact to go with them. Anything else? Is there anything else? No. The Shadow Blade is supposed to be able to cut through even the strongest armor, and super light and easy to wield. So, yeah. And that goes along with Cassius's recollections of Dovos Manoth, a champion of the arena.
He's just chopping up everybody's armor.
Yeah, just like fucking.
Kind
He was called the Ghost. He was very hard to like pin down, and like he just like sliced through armor like nothing.
of like a side note before you get too far. Everyone else drank the blood of Eternal Spring.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
We didn't rule that you did or not, because obviously that's your decision.
You want to take a little swig of the blood of summer?
I mean, peer pressure. I'm
Blood
gonna
of
do
spring. Blood of everlasting spring.
Is it going to make me cooler in your guys' eyes?
It is going to make it.
Then I'm
cool.
definitely going to do
Okay.
it.
So
Super
now
honest, you guys.
you cannot ever get any more than Turok cannot ever have any more than 5 levels of exhaustion.
That's good. So you can't die from exhaustion.
Can't die from exhaustion.
That's ideal.
And when you are rolling a saving throw for like a death saving throw, you cannot roll a failure. You, Jacob, cannot roll a failure, and the language on that is very important.
So something can cause me to have a failure.
Yes.
But I can roll till I hit 3 times. But if something happens to me while I'm down, I can still have
Yes.
failures.
Someone has to
Give it
stab
to
you
me.
while you're
Something
down.
can cause.
You
Something
can
cause
die,
you to
just not
automatically
because you
fail.
roll shitty.
All right. That's still enormous. I'm glad I did that.
It's so fucking gross though. It's salty and it tastes like copper pieces, and like there are little floaters in it, like that get caught in your teeth, and like you're not sure if it's like a scale chip or like a bit of like sinew or something. It's disgusting.
Worth it.
You're just like licking your lips and your teeth for like the rest of the day, just like, anything nice, floss? And you just can't get it. It's just stuck in there forever. This is your life now.
You live for a long time, but you always have this stuff in your teeth. That's
your
the curse.
lifespan is doubled.
All right. So if I live in a city, it's like triple?
It's like 200 years old. If you're living out in the desert, probably like
40.
140 years.
Like 40.
40 years. All right. So, All right. Kandara halts the wagons. The wagon that she, Metros, Nema, and Jemba are riding on. Akka, the third cousin, if you remember, got hit by like a fireball or a firebolt or something while they were being attacked, and like he's in an urn now. He will not be relevant for the rest of the campaign. You may have to take a ride out to the lands of the Octon to put him to rest, as she did like the bodies of her family.
We had to head that way anyways for one of the artifacts.
Yes. So she calls a halt, and I assume you guys kind of call a halt to your wagon as well, and like kind of like move closer.
Yeah,
That's safe to say.
Yeah.
So once you're all within talking distance, she gestures to like Metros and her cousin. She says, "We're heading north to Breakwater, my father's estate. We're going to loot it and burn it to the ground, and if my father's there, we're going to kill him. Your help would be greatly appreciated, but you have things to do. Herbert has found more artifacts, and you need to investigate the source, and there's the shadow creature to worry about. I'm not demanding you come with us or expecting it, but we're going back north to Breakwater."
Is Breakwater just like around Wasp somewhere?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
like the northern coast
Okay.
of Wasp. It's like 2 days from Wasp, I think. Wasp.
Down what kind of
And we went like an
speed?
hour south, or 2 days south, you said?
You're 2 hours south of Wasp,
So it's pretty much like a 2-day walk.
pretty much.
Donald speaks up and says, "Well, I for one will be going to Breakwater with Kandara."
She smiles. She's pleased by this.
Yeah, I don't see any good reason to split up. We made it this far together.
She sighs deeply, and she's very clearly like relieved. Like she was hoping you guys would say this, but she's like, the mission, is like the priority, and she's like, "Thank you.
We were gonna die.
Thank you, my friends." It's gonna make it a lot easier.
So we got a long rest then from last time.
Yeah, sure. You can take a long rest now.
Okay.
You hadn't stopped since like you guys had just been
we,
like riding.
we have a
It's, like-
chance to do so though.
Yeah. So like you're gonna take a long rest right now. You find a spot, like not like an no, it's flat fucking. Well,
Not like directly.
no,
on
this
the
is more
bathtub.
fertile terrain. So like there are hills and stands of trees. So you guys find a spot to like kind of like keep away out of eye shot from the road, just in case he's
Okay.
And you sit down and you cook up a nice meal of croissant jerky and some dates and that sort of thing. Do you guys grill Kandara about Breakwater or anything, or you raise your finger? What would you say?
Yeah, I definitely like to ask her any relevant information that she has, but this is kind of a side topic. But back when we found the wagons, back where Carrick Monos was, did you say those wagons were made out of blackstone?
They it was.
I think it had blackstone like plating on it.
Yeah,
It
blackstone,
wasn't-
like there were like planks of wood and like blackstone tiles set into them, so it wasn't like solid blackstone.
We really should have fucking took one of those.
We thought about it, but the thing was massive.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
Yeah,
if you had had a friendly T-lock to
Okay,
You
yeah,
know,
that's what it was.
How many croissants?
I mean,
So
Or
I just thought about
or
that now, like
or
us,
half a dozen
us being on the
Crowsack
run
would have
from-
worked.
Knowing what we know about the skull turn, I mean, we can only use the laser pointer so much.
Well, I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried. I was more or less concerned about Kandara's father right now.
Yeah, that is a concern. But like,
I'm not against the idea of opening the lantern in his house and leaving. Still, I think that might be something.
But that one without a lantern.
No, just open it and close it, and then it goes towards the
Sweet.
lantern, right? The last.
We don't really know though.
We don't know the rules exactly. We
That's
have
true.
assumptions.
I will tell you
Something to
this:
think
it would
about.
be bad for Ardur Hargroove and any of his mercenaries that are there if you do that.
Yeah. I got a nice thing. I got a toy I want to play with when we get in there anyway.
I'm not saying you guys are immune to scrying, but like you all have you have studded leather armor, right?
Yeah.
Like you have blackstone plates in it. You have
Yeah.
your spear's not blackstone, but like you have a blackstone shield, I think.
Yeah.
You have scale mail or something, chainmail.
No, I have studded leather
Studded leather. You have blackstone plates in it. You have a blackstone
and a blackstone
sword.
shield.
You have a blackstone haft, and like
All that helps disrupt that.
Karnan is invisible to magic, pretty much. And plus you're a Goliath. You know, like so you're
Immune
kind of
to magic,
you're kind of
not immune, but
not immune. Like it's really hard to pin you guys down with magic. Like at least scrying and divination.
unless
like,
we're like using a ton of magic or something.
there's a lot
like
of
the
interference.
lanterns.
Who
knows
knows
what
if
they
that's
are?
magic We don't know if that's magic or
Giant beam
not.
goes straight in the sky.
Yeah.
It's like a big pin falling. They're there.
Google Maps.
Exactly.
If we have like a bat signal, that's it.
It's just a big belt buckle.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is the ball you stole from us.
Oh yeah, I should give it back to you.
That's okay. She likes it.
So, you guys are sitting down your meal, and Domino's like, so what can you tell us about Breakwater? And Kandara kind of, and she rubs her hand across like the gray stubble on her head. She looks kind of thoughtful and like she's really thinking hard. Like it's been a while. I was only there once, and it was years ago. It was early on, like maybe 5 or 10 years after I first like went out into the desert and married my husband and that sort of thing. I think we still hadn't had our first child by then. This sort of she's so many years out in the desert, and my father is still a pain in my fucking ass. And she says, from what I remember, it's more of a small fort than an estate. It's like I say estate, but it's not like a mansion. It's very compact. It's four towers attached to I think like a rectangular stone building, kind of like with the towers at the corner. You know, certainly not relevant at all. This is nothing.
I'm drawing a picture in my mind.
So, if we would have said no, we don't want to go with you, Kandar, you would have like.
Yeah, pretty much. Just a lot of like rolling for random encounters in the desert. Just it'd be a rough trip through the desert. No, I had some ideas about the stuff to do ad lib just in cases, but I kind of figured you guys would go this route.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
There are 4 towers. There's a rectangular central building. It was 2 stories tall. But like the main building is basically just one big room. Like there's a walkway in the main chamber. It's a stairway and she's kind of got her eyes closed and she's kind of gesturing like I'm doing, like as she's trying to like map it out in her head. I remember it was two stories tall because towers, and because I was held in the upper floor of one of them. And like from my chamber, I could see the roof of the central building. And there was no wall around the estate. It was just flat terrain as far as the eye could see. There was always a guard with a spyglass on the top of the roof of the central building, and like I kind of think my father had like the terrain unnaturally like flattened because it's in the more fertile region. Like it's on the coast, but it's still kind of in the fertile region north of Walasp. So like there should be like hills and like long grasses and like stands of trees, but there was none of that. It was just flat terrain as far as the eye could see. Almost like you could see Wasp from my tower, like the huge mile-high walls. I remember hearing Crowsank, so there's probably a stable somewhere. The guards were professional, like professional mercenaries. They weren't cruel. They weren't friendly. They weren't Wasp guards. They didn't have the livery of the guards of Wasp. They didn't really talk to me much more than necessary, but I think I remember overhearing them once talk about like a resurrection clause in their contract with my father, so they won't, like, you won't be able to say, we'll kill you, you know, like because there's a resurrection clause in their contract. My father is obligated to revive them if they die in his service, you know.
Pretty good benefits.
And she...
We could cost them a lot by burning the bodies. Most of the low-level magic, you need part of the body to resurrect them.
That's true. And when I ate, it was with my father in his private room. The food was simple fare. Like he didn't have like a fancy chef from the last in the cooking. It was almost like trail rations, like we eat. So I think if there was cooking going on, it was the mercenaries that were doing the cooking.
So he doesn't like summer up here. This is somewhere he goes to be safe.
Yeah, this is. I think this is a place he goes to be left the fuck alone. Like it's not where he goes
He's
to
got some
entertain.
heat on him. Should be easy.
There's no there's no dining room. Like he doesn't entertain people. There's no breakers, so there's no breakers. So the bottom of one of the towers, I think, is a furnace where they burn waste. That tower is a latrine as well. I think if she's kind of like north, she's doing north, south, east, west, kind of in her head, and she's like,
That's what I have to do.
yeah, and she's like I think there's a furnace on one level, and then the upper end of that tower is a latrine. Like there's no running water like in Lost to carry like waste away. You know, there's no breakers to destroy waste and that sort of thing. I remember at dinner once, my father asked me if I liked his statues. He has 4 like man-sized wooden statues, one like outside of each of the towers. He took weird amount of. I don't know if he like was feigning an interest in carpentry but like he seemed to take a weird pride in them.
What kind of statues were these?
Just wooden statues of men. About.
If we described like the golems to her, would they be like that?
They were just wood.
Would it be like a wooden golem?
That would actually make a lot of sense if they were golems. Having 4 of them, like even ones of like wood, would represent a great deal of wealth and power in a low key kind of subtle way that my father would get a kick out of. I think so. They very well could be golems. That's a very insightful guess, Turok. I had never considered that. I thought he was just taking pride in some fucking amateur carpentry or something.
Does that seem like your father, though, to take a pride in amateur carpentry?
Not really.
It would make sense if this place is a fort to have some sort of
Your father seems like he'd be
standing
a fine taste.
army.
Not so much. But I suppose if this is just a fort, too.
Maybe it's a side project. He works on wood carving while he's there.
But is it safe to say that this is his sanctuary? This is his place of defense?
I would say yes.
I'd say that's probably a likely possibility then.
Well,
Something we should at least be prepared for.
Well, we definitely have to show up at night.
Oh, they have minis representing them. They're definitely not golems.
Definitely not. They're just statues. They're just wooden statues, you know?
I'm already inside, so. I've actually been working as a mercenary, though, for the last 3 years.
That's where he keeps going.
You kind of blown her mind with the idea of the golems. Like Kandara, like, she's not well versed in magic, and like while like she knows golems exist, like it's not something she would like. Oh, that giant statue's a golem.
That's a golem.
You know.
I mean, we fought a couple of them. We're getting used
Right.
to it.
We've seen more than a few now.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure where his mercenaries sleep. I think one of the towers. I stayed in one. My father, and she's doing the whole like north, south, east, west. You know, I stayed in one. My father's tower was another. The furnace and midden. There's 4 towers, so I think maybe the mercenaries and their supplies are in the 4th one.
Okay.
Do you remember approximately how many? I mean, like, it could have changed very well by then, but, like, if you had, like, a standing number of guards there, what would be the minimum number you need to man this fort?
I only ever saw 5 different faces, I think. But there have to be, like, 10, 15, maybe as many as 20 guards. There was one on the roof at all times, night or day, and it would change. So there's a night shift and a day shift. There would have to be 1 or 2 doing 1 or 2 or 3 doing patrols around the property. There,
Probably 1 each tower.
one maybe there was always 1 or 2 in the main entranceway. So at least 6 on the day shift, 6 on the night shift, 5, 6 thereabouts.
Okay.
I think if we
Seems
do
like a pretty
approach
good
this,
guess.
it'd probably be safest to approach under cover of night.
I would agree with that. They have, if they have one on the roof with a spyglass, they will see us from miles and hours away.
How close is this to the water?
There's the
Like is it
almost
like, is it like
on the shore.
cliffside?
Almost on the shore, right on the shore. There's my father stole a huge piece of black Lujgao stone and set it against buried it in the ground, like as sort of that's why it's called breakwater, because he's got this wall of black Lujgao stone right on the shoreline, the beach, whatever you want to call it, beach. And then his estate is a couple miles south of that.
Oh, darn. I was gonna say, if it was on a cliff, we could just
I was kind of hoping it would be on a cliff, but it's on
come
a
at
beach.
it under the bottom of the cliff with the daggers and chisel your way through. Just watch it slide off into the sea.
You guys are surprisingly adept at siege warfare with the items you have in your possession.
They wouldn't know what to do.
The guards were always
I wonder.
lightly armored. They had light armor, and she kind of points at the kind of armor that you Turok and Uriel are wearing, studded leather armor.
Like your average mercenary.
Yeah. They had light shields. They all had lighter model crossbows, like the kind with safeties that you could hook on your belt, so they could hang there for quick use. And there's Donjin, my father's personal bodyguard. I've never seen her fight up close, but she's an impressive woman. What else can I tell you?
I think
that's pretty close to everything.
I don't know that anything else is useful.
Does your father do anything weird? Like every day at 6 he takes tea or something? Like
I only really interacted with him to have dinner. And that was mostly me scowling at him and him.
Which, did he have dinner alone with you?
Donjin was always there, his personal bodyguard.
when
If there were ever an instance where you couldn't attend dinner, would him and Donjin still attend?
I don't know. I would stay in my tower.
How long does it usually stay at the tower? Or at this...
There's a chance that could still be a daily thing. That we might be able to use that to our advantage.
I was thinking
No, I mean him just coming to this keep in general. How long does he...
What time's dinner?
probably just whatever it serves him at the time.
6.
He's probably weathering out us now, because we were in the city
As
causing
far-
up a bunch of...
So, well, he might know by now.
I would
but
think we should attack, almost shift change, so those guys are getting tired. We might be able to slip one in, just kind of
Yeah.
get a lot closer than a fresh
true.
guard.
That's true.
Then we...
Less perceptive.
We just have to know when shift change is, though.
Usually it's around 7 p.m.
We can
we want the AM, so we want to see those ones leave, and then wait 6 hours or whatever, and then catch the tired guy. Maybe peg him with an arrow or something,
From 5 miles out.
and then. Does Crank have a bow? He could shoot an arrow 5 miles easy.
Boof.
Just big
I
fucking
picture
arrow.
the bow and arrows from Game of Thrones with the giants.
He's the British, the English longbowman, yard-long arrow, but you're 20 feet tall. 3 yards. What is
He's
that?
using one of those belly
10
bows.
foot long arrow.
He's using
That's
one of
like
those
this
big
big
belly
around.
bows that you gotta pull back with your feet on the ground.
Just picks up a ballista.
Yeah.
That would definitely do it.
What tower?
Huh. I wonder if there's any lava tubes or anything around there, though. Because if we get really close to it,
That's.
we don't have any way to converse with them, though. Do
Yeah, we do.
We
You
do.
got the break air stones.
Yeah, just call him up.
Turok wants to talk to you.
Hey, Crank, this is Turok.
Hey, little cousin, what's going on?
So we're gonna do this.
You hear
little,
a lot of noise in the background, like there's like lava, like hissing and crackling, and like there's something like thumping around nearby him. Like,
is this a good time?
Go ahead. Hey, quit it! Stop! Hey! He's just yelling like in giant at stuff.
We're gonna be kind of doing a little siege type thing up above Wasp, and we were seeing you don't have any lava tubes that head up that way, kind of right up to the shore, that area.
So, if you remember, you weren't here, I don't think. Domhnall had asked him to investigate getting like fast travel to the cities via the lava tubes. So he's prepared for your answer, and he says, "Well, I've investigated using lava channels to travel to the cities, and no routes lead directly to the cities, unfortunately." And there's this huge reptilian honking noise in the background. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but turtles like honk. They make honking noises.
I think we went over this. That's why Kyle used the horn.
Yeah, he used the horn.
Was it you?
So,
it was you.
I did try. I failed.
Like, there's this huge reptilian honking noise, like an angry tortoise the size of a building is bellowing in your ear, and Karenk Manos makes this kind of like hissing noise and like bellows and giant. Hey, watch where you're going! I'm talking over here. And then the loud tortoise honking gets kind of quieter, and Karenk Manos continues. All right, there's no direct route to the cities, but right now I've got us busting into the channels that lead from the depths of the planet up to the font. And the lava channels get routed to the cities and their furnaces of creation to power them. And I think with some excavation work, I can get it so those routes connect to the routes the giant. I don't know why I'm gesturing. He's on the other side of the of the stone. Can't really see him. With some excavation work, we can get the routes to connect to the routes that the giants used to get to their fortresses, and the lava channels that go directly to the cities. Now, the problem is, the channels that lead to the cities don't have any blackstone walkways. And they're even more lethal than your standard magma flow. The furnaces of creation take a lot of heat, a lot of energy to get powered by lava. So we're talking... the vessels are rated for it, but you're not. Even with the vessels and their protections protecting you. You're going to need something to protect you while you're on the vessel from fire and heat and that sort of thing. I think the toxic air should be safely filtered out by the protections of the vessel, but it's still going to be hot. Like,
Heat.
hot.
Alright.
Almost core of the planet style hot. Now, so he yells a little bit more at the honking tortoise noise, and there's some thumping around, and you hear like something bashing stone and stone shattering, and like he's yelling, and then he kind of focuses back on you guys to the break air stone and says, "We'll keep working and we'll get everything connected up just so it's an option if you need it. But if you're going to use these passages to get to and from the cities, you're going to need some heat protection." And that's kind of where we're at down here.
Alright, thanks for the update, big cuz.
No problem, little buddy.
We'll keep in touch.
Okay.
Sounds like a no.
Sounds like a no. As of right now, no.
Yeah, that's a no for now.
It's a no from me.
So,
Okay.
I guess we're doing it the old-fashioned way.
That's alright. We've always been pretty good at that.
Mm-hmm. I need no fancy lava tubes.
Just remember to check for traps on ropes.
Oh shit, I forgot a chunk. So pretend he also said, these lava channels will dump you right into the mouth of the furnaces of creation in the cities, and that's not really a safe place to be. And it's not a place that you can go like loitering around in. Like, you can't hang out there. The descendants of Bujga will try to kill you if they find you there.
Okay, well, that's
So it doesn't seem like the most practical,
but
we
it might be a way to
get into a
get.
city.
This might be a way to get into the. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
The way to the shadows of the source is near the furnace of creation in Millen.
So that'd be a good way to get there quickly.
We had also discussed potentially if we have to fight the shadow creature, there's the dome that we fought when we found Eisman in.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Blackstone. or we think is blackstone. It could be plaster.
It's either Blackstone or Blaster.
One of the
50-50.
Is the boat faster than the shadow creature?
I don't think it moves that quick. Yeah, from what we've seen.
So there we go. That's how we. There's our heat resistance. It just follows.
We just get it to be like a little faster. And Kazer's on the back shining the light at him.
Boy, can we get it? Can we get it?
That's actually
I
awesome.
mean,
It's like, hey, you guys.
the lantern would keep healing you guys as the
Well, no, if we
keep
stay
killing
somewhat
you,
close,
and it
the
would
shadow
chase
monster
you.
would stay close enough.
He's thinking,
It
like,
would suck
basically
some
get
heat away.
something to pull the shadow monster near us, so it's cooling the lava as we're going. Like, encapsulate the ship. Basically, we're trapping, like,
That would have
sort
some
of
interesting ramifications because it would.
I don't know if Don wants to.
I
be
assume
the one to
after a short
experiment
while
with
it-
I
this.
mean, if we can do something
If
else.
we're going to the
for
core of
sure,
the
reheat
planet,
the
we're
crust.
cooling the core of the planet. That could be very...
Well, I'm just thinking if the lava, the heat and energy of the lava is what powers the furnaces of creation to keep them generating resources. If you negatively impact that flow of lava to the cities, every city is going to end up as a million. But it'll be raining because
So, like, the good and the bad.
Yeah, come on, people. What do you want?
And the ugly.
Question. Lava is liquid stone.
yes,
Would a stone-shaped cantrip allow you to shift the water?
no,
Or not cantrip, spell.
because it's not solid stone.
Okay.
Nice try, though.
It'd be really cool, like lava Bigby's hand or something. Like.
All right. So you guys finish your long rest. Anything else to discuss?
Well, I mean, we need to know how we're going to attack this.
Yeah, I guess we should go to
Should
the
we-
closest point
Yeah, should we try to...
that we can still stay hidden and go from there.
Yeah.
Should we still scout it out? Maybe
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
get
We
a
need to
small
scout it.
patrol or something.
Yeah, we gotta head
Yeah,
there
could we-
to
yeah,
do anything
could-
else.
Are some of the cousins really good at scouting?
The two cousins that are left, yes.
That's what I thought.
Better left.
I think at that
They're
point
expendable,
it's a
but
couple.
maybe
they're
we
few in number.
Maybe we send the cousins ahead to scout and maybe report back a sketch, a rough sketch of the building.
Yeah.
The
I
outside.
can go with them.
Okay, we can
So-
do it.
It's the next day. It's about 2 in the afternoon. Far out in the distance, you can kind of see the outline of it. You wait till night falls. You send Nema and Jemba, and they kind of go all stealth ops. And they come back after a few hours with this map, this rough map. Not any of the inside, but
Like the outdoors.
the outdoors. You know,
Are there windows?
There are windows on the upper levels of the tower.
Okay.
Is this elevated in any way?
No, it's flat.
It's on the flat
Flat plate.
earth.
Okay. Well, he said flat, but I'm not assuming flat means flat this way. I'm thinking like up and then flat too is an option.
You're making sure it's not like up on like a crenellation, on like on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Like the top of a...
Like you could walk out the back of this thing, like,
and
and
skip rocks.
yeah. Like,
What's that?
If it's on the shore, like you could
He
walk out
said
the back.
It's about a mile.
Like you could
It's
walk
about a
out the
mile.
back of the kitchen and then like walk for a mile.
Yeah, walk for a mile, and there's a huge wall of black stone.
Okay.
And then on the other side of the shore, because you don't want like Athcheck like beaching themselves and like tearing apart your little estate. So you put everyone who has beachfront property just puts up a wall of black stone.
Whatever that is, it does sound bad.
It's a CR20 mantis shrimp
Yeah, you probably don't want that.
I want.
with a crocodile.
You mean my familiar?
Does Crank know about these? You might like it.
I bet he does.
He does.
He
He's
likes
so
big
smart.
monsters.
He knows
He's
about
very
so
smart. He
much.
knows about lots of things.
I think he knows a couple recipes for him if you can kill him too.
Yeah, he does. He would.
I bet you he makes a mean mushroom gumbo.
He does. He really
I bet
does.
he does.
You guys don't even fucking know. You don't know the things the giants can do with mushroom.
Clint, he's probably my favorite NPC
I like.
I've
him too.
ever encountered.
I love the giants on all of my worlds. They're awesome, and they got such a raw deal on this one.
Can I steal an IPA?
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
learn.
just gonna leave them
I'm
here.
trying to learn to like IPAs.
This one's a little bit on the
So
light side, so it's
you've got these
not
4
so-
towers that are 2 stories, so they're about 20, 30 feet tall. They have these big brass domes on top of them. No like kind of like the big brass kind of domes you see in like Arabian Nights and like a Middle East architecture and that kind of thing. No like windows on those. No, the windows on the upper levels are all like arrow slit windows. Like there's not anything like you can just like climb and get through. The building is all of like the same white stone as the great arena is made out of, but it's like blocks. It's not all one smooth piece of stone. It's like actual blocks with mortar in between them and stuff. Scalable, but difficult. You know, like this is something you could scale if you had time and were careful.
And not under fire.
Not under fire. The cousins tell you there's always one on the top of the central building, kind of like doing kind of a route with the spyglass along the crenellated walls on top of the central building. There's at least 3 guys on riding Crowsank, like just like doing a circuit of the grounds outside of the estate. There are the 4 suspected golems. They're just wood statues, like one's in a thinker pose, one's like this, and then one is, I forget what the 4th one is like. But they're all wood, varnished, stained. They're on stone plinths. They're about the size of a Goliath, but they're meant to look human, whatever that means. There's a kitchen which is identified only because of the chimney on top of it. There's a corral with a bunch of Crowsank in it, a couple draft Crowsank, a couple riding Crowsank. There's kind of a stable with like a fancy carriage. There's an anvil out there, kind of like a small furnace, hearth type deal set up out here as well. There is, if I can find it.
And there's a door. Assuming there's a door where they can park something in there then.
Yeah, there's a gate.
That's probably not guarded either. Why would you guard where your carriage parks?
That's northeast.
Be a good way to get in, as long as we don't upset the Crowsank.
We can come in literally anywhere we want.
So this is the southwest tower. Never going to talk about this. Yes, this is the southwest tower. This is the one that has it very clearly. Like over here, it has a bunch of like big like fired clay urns, and there's a hole with a grate over it, on the side of the white stone. Like waste comes out and falls into the urns. The urns are carted away. So this is probably the lower levels, the furnace that Kandara spoke of, and the upper level is the latrine, bathroom, whatever you want to call it.
We could crawl up that Green Mile style.
Yeah, not real excited about that idea, but it might be the easiest way to get in.
I think you mean Shawshank Redemption.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
These movies are basically the same thing.
Shawshank Redemption.
Nope, I don't like IPAs.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just way too happy.
The main doors, it's kind of a bigger wooden iron reinforced kind of double door. It's not like it's a big like ballroom door. It's just like 2 of those doors side by side.
But iron.
But wrapped in iron and reinforced and like
Okay.
sunk into the walls and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think for sure carriage house or the latrine.
Are these back here, are
That
these
spot's
stone
the
as
hit.
well, or are these wood?
Kitchen is white stone. The corral and stable, that's all wood. And there's no obvious sign of like there's no exterior door to the kitchen, and there's no like interior like they didn't bring up their spyglass and see like a door right here at the back of the stable.
So there could be, but there's no way we know.
There's no way to know.
Okay.
So I think whatever we do, we need to cause some sort of distraction during the initial shock phase of the attack.
And the chimney on the kitchen is about the size of Turok's like arm.
So not going through it.
Yeah, it's not something you just like dive into.
Maybe drop Chase's plant down there. Too bad he's not here.
I mean, I got a way if we want to like get the stables on fire or something, at least to cause some sort of panic.
I was gonna say it might be a good idea to have something set up.
Well, it's not gonna burn the rest of the place down.
No, but if they're panicking to get the fire out and the
Yeah.
commotion from that, we can more likely have an approach.
Well, what if we sent the cousins over on the north side to set the Crowsank stables on fire, and then we snuck in
I mean, you would.
basically through the front?
Then they'll probably know somebody's there, though. If the kitchen sets on fire, that might be a different story. If we drop
True,
something
but-
down that hole,
Oh, that's a good point.
then there'd be a fire in the kitchen. They wouldn't necessarily know somebody's there. There's probably some sort of fire burning in there most
That
times.
reminds me. Make a charisma check.
There's creosote all in those places. They might have
Saving
cleaned
throw or
it
just
up.
check?
Just check.
Yeah. So
Charisma.
They're not professional chefs.
you might. I think that if we're gonna start a fire, the kitchen's the place
11.
to do it.
Okay.
And then maybe we just come in the front door when everybody's trying to put out a fire,
Yeah.
or we come in the latrine while there's
And
a
as
fire
we discussed
going.
before, you do
I have
periodically talk to the
I
spirit.
spent the money on the investiture of flame
Absolutely.
spell. So if we want, they can come in the back, set the fire here. We'll come up here, and I'll start spewing flames to kind of like make a choke point.
Do I? Is it okay
And then he's
that
got
I
his
still
spear,
have my
too.
old,
Which
My
is
old
also
weapon.
flames.
Yeah.
What's your old weapon? Is the quarterstaff?
just quarterstaff?
Yeah, it's fine.
I could ignite my spear and literally drop it down the kitchen chimney.
And then it would only burn hotter, right?
No one else can pick it up
That's a good.
until I get to it. I mean, I have to get to it, but
That's an idea for sure.
Yeah.
They probably all be trying to figure out what the hell it is for a while too. Probably trying to pick it up.
I think
Might take a couple of them.
Uriel's like, fuck this idea.
It might take a couple of them out of commission.
Donald's not the
Before
smartest tool in the shed, and he admits that. He's,
We also have.
I mean, we have
whatever the
other
golems
ideas.
are
Well, what's
too
the best way to
attack.
start a fire in the kitchen without anybody knowing?
That's not going to be a good way to do it without anyone knowing.
Right, but I mean, like without anyone being able to. That's not gonna be able to be stopped. That's gonna burn everything in the kitchen to a crisp.
Yeah. Which might make it
The
hard
structure
for me
should
to-
stay up.
We don't care about the structure.
Well, what if I want this after he's dead?
Do we believe we could actually approach this place during night, or could they see us well enough? that...
That's a good question.
You're all black men with a lot of very dark looking gear. Like you carry a lot of blackstone weapons, a lot of blackstone tools. You could
I can dye my gi black.
you can probably the two cousins who are experiencing infiltration think there is definitely a chance you can approach this place at night carefully enough.
We
to
just
get
crawl
in.
a mile through the sand.
Yes.
Easy. We got
Just crawl a
hours
mile
to
through
do
the
it.
sand.
We got hours.
We don't know what's gonna set those golems off either. But
Ooh,
That's
I didn't even
like-
consider there could be a perimeter or
Fuck,
something.
they totally probably are.
Like Karnan, if Karnan stands up
God
against
damn.
Blackstone, he's pretty much invisible. He's a black man in Blackstone armor. Next to Blackstone, he's pretty much invisible.
he's moving so
Close his eyes
slowly
and just-
that your perception's not-
He's like Drax in Infinity War. Dude, I'm invisible. I'm moving so slow.
I'm moving so slow you cannot see me.
The cousins definitely think that in their professional opinion, there's a chance. Like,
Okay.
There's a chance you could be seen,
Right.
but you know
We have a good chance we can make it. They made it.
yeah,
Close
They
enough
made
to see. I mean,
close
I
enough
guess.
to see, and they had a spyglass. To be fair,
Okay.
so they didn't have to like walk up
Really
and like,
get there?
huh, this is a wooden statue. This is a wooden statue. This is
Well, that's Whitestone.
that's Whitestone.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Like metagame, would I know like roughly what their stealth bonuses are though?
The cousins.
Like
Yeah.
if they had.
Like how good are
What
they?
percentage more stealthy are they than him?
It's +3 to +6 in that area.
I'm all +4. I can do that.
I'm at least that, I think. So
I'm most confident then.
we're pretty good at being sneaky.
Okay, maybe not confident, but comfortable.
We don't have Karn, and he's the heavy one.
Paching, paching, paching. What kind of stone sound does Blackstone make?
Like
Sounds
scraping.
like stone scraping against stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not.
It's pretty much just a
not
constant.
quiet.
It's pretty much a constant like nails on chalkboard sensation of that's your life since Karnan's put on his armor.
Okay. That's been
Just
fantastic.
scraping around.
Just
Sliding through sand, too.
Him crawling through sand.
Carter, we talked it over and we think it's best you stay back on this one.
have you considered just putting oil between the chain links? No.
Not gonna happen.
You could make your own olive oil. Just Put an olive between it and.
Compress it. Oh gosh. What fun.
You have a dried olive for your snack.
Alright.
Alright, well, I'm on board for the fire in the kitchen, crawling up the shit pipe.
So are we coming at this
But-
from two different angles then?
Fire in the kitchen, crawling up the shit pipe. That's our
I
plan
think
so far.
they're pretty far apart, and then we're not coming through the front door. You know, I don't know.
I asked Kandara which tower she stayed in. And if her father stayed within the same tower.
No, he had his own
She-
tower, she said.
She thinks she was in the northwest tower, and he was in the northeast.
Okay.
Are we killing him first, or are we letting Kandara do that?
If we see him, we murder him. I don't think we give him the chance to escape. And I asked Kandara, of course.
It's my preference to put him down myself, but Domhnall raises a very good concern. He can't be allowed to escape.
And he probably has
Well, he
some
won't.
sort of contingency plan for getting out of here.
I mean,
I would only assume so.
Lava
safe
tunnels
bet.
or something.
He is an impressive tactical mind. He will have a route to escape. I do not know what shape it will take, but he will have a backup plan.
Maybe the cousins should stay out and just watch for anybody that tries to ride out on horseback or something. And then at least be able to alert us, and then we can abandon ship and chase him, or
Idea.
decide. Well, and we don't want to lose any more cousins either.
It's also about concern.
She's quickly running out of family, and we're planning on killing another one.
Domhnall says, well, I mean, if he starts to run, he's like, I do have this as a last-minute backup plan, and he flips his little dual stud
The teleporting.
thing.
All right.
I don't really want to use this again, but if I have to,
All right.
I will.
So we got our backup. We just don't know what his is.
okay.
And he is an older man. It's not like on foot he can outrun any of you. Like, he is Herber's age. Maybe a couple years younger, but not much.
Domhnall gets like a wry smile to actually be like in better shape than someone. Like,
He starts like stretching.
Like he'd be fine in the city, but you're out in the
Little trick shoulder.
You're out in the desert area now.
right.
And this is
He's in our world.
that raises a good concern. What are you going to do with your wagons and Herbert?
Leave him right here,
Yeah.
wherever we are.
Okay.
We got
Just throw a
Karnan. We'll
a
watch him.
camo blanket on it or whatever.
This is kind of an in-between role-play moment, but I'd like to say that I've been working on a knife, an obsidian knife, in between all of our downtime and stuff.
That's fine.
And I finally finished one that I made specifically for Herbert.
Okay.
And I wanted to give that to him when I leave.
This is impressive craftsmanship, Domhnall. I have noticed in your interactions with Yenyen that there is some subtext to the knives that you have made. Thank you.
He says, I hope you never have to use it, but in case you do.
I appreciate that, and he's very clearly touched. Like, no insight check necessary. Like, he's touched by this. This makes him feel like you guys have accepted him as part of the group, and like he really places a lot of emotional and personal value on this.
And I wanted to let him know that we appreciate all that he's done,
Thank you. Right?
because we wouldn't have
Does
been
it-
able to do any of
Does
this.
it have like tassels on it that can double as like a bookmark?
It's definitely got something that's tailored to. I'm not sure what that is, but
Or like an ink
Domhnall has thought of that.
Like maybe the hilt is like this wireframe like image of a book like with the pages open. And
Yeah.
Just like
something
An
like
old
that.
piece of the
hilt
blade
doesn't
of bone
inkwell.
flame that you destroyed.
Yeah, something.
little inkwell.
Yes! Yes! The bottom comes out
Like a
the hilt is an
survival knife,
inkwell
but it's ink.
in a
That's
pen.
awesome.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. The bottom unscrews into an inkwell pen type thing.
He's just like, this is so cool.
That's awesome.
He's got a little hand mirror, and he's like, not like the knife out of the sheath, but like the quill and the ink.
He's like, oh god, this is impressive.
May your ink never run dry.
Oh god, that's great.
Okay.
Oh, Herbert, what a delightful little writer guy.
Alright, so tonight the gunmetal light of the moon is coming down. Everything's got kind of a metallic sheen on it. The effect on the white stone of this fort is very impressive. Like it looks like it almost looks like shiny sheet metal with like the gunmetal colored light of the moon like coming down on it. It looks like it's like I don't know what
Alabaster.
Stainless steel.
Yeah, it looks almost like a stainless steel quality to it. It looks very cool. And like who knows if that was intentional, but you know,
People are laying seeds like, oh damn, this is sweet.
like living around the Great Arena for so many years, he might not really attribute any value to it because the Great Arena would do the same thing with under the light of the moon. But like, it looks cool in my opinion. take that for what it's worth.
He's got style.
So it's night. The moon is shining down. The whole White Castle thing looks metallic. The brass domes actually look kind of like weird in the light. Like they're a darker, more bronzish color, which kind of clashes with the stainless steel look of the white stone. It's probably not intentional. Now that I think about it and what that would look like color wise. But anyway, it's night. What are you gonna do? What's the first step?
Crawl a mile.
Okay. Crawl a mile. You're a mile closer. Alright.
So here's Metris. Here's Kandara. Here are the cousins.
Goza.
How are you guys approaching?
The latrine's over there,
This is latrine.
Well, someone has to go to the kitchen.
and then someone's got to
Whether
come over
that's
here.
Domino or whoever's.
I'm gonna.
Well, you have to drop it if you're dropping your spear.
Is that what we're doing?
I'm gonna go in from
How
that
else
side.
do we start a fire?
My thing is, how else do we assure we start a fire?
Nobody's gonna be able to put
Cask
that out.
of oil
Nobody's-
too. I mean,
Even if there's somebody standing in there, they can't put your spear.
I got
They can't.
I got some of the oil we bought from the
That's
very
true.
first thing that.
If you drop a flaming cask of oil down or something, or
Yeah, it'll
that
spread.
might be better. You might be worth more combat wise if you
With
had
your spear.
your amazing spear.
I mean, plus with your spear, I mean these are low melting point.
And you're
rounds.
probably one of the sneakiest people we have.
Actually, I didn't take that at all. I only have my standard decks.
Well, Andrew's probably one of the sneakiest people we have. Who's the sneakiest?
I'm the only one without armor.
I have a +5 to stealth, but
I
that's
have
just
+4.
straight from decks.
Let me see here.
You have 20 dex? Nice. I have 20 strength, so I guess it's not that weird.
Alright.
I put
So who is Kandara with?
I might be the sneakiest.
Should probably put
I don't know
her.
if we need to start a fire because there's probably gonna be some kind of alarm that goes off when we get close, or some kind of.
Well, then that we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
So we might as well just try to be stealthy, stick together, cut a hole in the side of the wall, and just go in.
Cut a hole.
Yeah, we got
That's the least sneaky thing. It's made of stone.
Setting a
We
fire
got those big daggers.
that gets
and-
everybody's attention.
Yeah, but it's in a kitchen.
These
That's
are
where fires
These
happen,
are professional
man.
mercenaries. They're
That's
probably
where
not gonna give a
fires
shit.
happen. About a fire? Their only job is to protect this
It's
place.
a
If there's
stone
a fire,
building.
but it's still a fire.
How often do you think they start a fire?
Why didn't you speak up when we were planning?
Accidentally.
I thought we were all on board for the fire.
I didn't like the fire.
I really don't know for this fire.
I just let you guys every
Domino really doesn't want to give up his spear, but
That's a valid concern.
what's going to if our concern is to if our need is to draw people to the kitchen,
This guy's got golems. He's got an alarm.
that's
He's
gonna
got some
fucking
kind of
do
proof.
it.
Your spear might tear these golems up, though, if they're made of wood.
All right, yeah, you've convinced me. I really don't want to give up my spear.
So, flaming cask of oil down the chimney, I think it might be the best way to do it. And then we
Are
climb
the
up the
cousins
shit
back,
pipe.
Kerber? Nema and Jumbo?
Do you want them to be?
Or at least, like, a mile out.
Or my
just
thing,
one thing
my
at
thing
least-
with the cousins
I think
is
if we have the two, then it causes some chaos because they don't know which.
The idea is that people are drawn
Yeah.
this way.
Yep, they're drawn that way, and then we sneak up.
because
through
once
there.
we're in, they know we're in. At least then, some people are worried about that versus just us. But
it's just
they
like
also
causing
know,
chaos.
hey, some
I
shit's
assume
going
this place
on.
is mostly stone.
It is.
Yeah, but that's wood over there. We're not
Wood.
trying to burn the place down. We're trying to cause a distraction. And all your rations and stuff.
If there's a
Burning
fire
up.
in the kitchen, they might not know somebody's there. And if everybody's tending to the fire, we might have a few minutes to maybe just do what we want. Get into this tower, kind of get situated, see where everybody is, rather than coming
I
in.
feel in any kind of crisis, their number one priority is protect Ardur
Which
Hargroove.
is
These are
still-
city guards.
Which is still the opposite of where we're going to come in, though.
They don't give a shit about the stable, the Crowsank. Their number one priority
My thing
in
is,
any situation.
I'm assuming we worked all this out before we got
also,
here.
he would want somebody to put out the fire.
That's my thing. Like, do you really think Herbert would be like, no, it's cool, you guys stand right by that door while this raging fire
He's
goes
here.
on?
We light a fire here. This is a very
They'll
low
probably move
melting
it.
point metal. That if this continues to burn, he's got to come out of here, too. That's another thing.
We're gonna
Might have
melt
to
him in
straight
his
out though.
He might.
To
We
be
don't
honest,
know,
like,
but
there's the first level of the tower, which is about 10, 12 feet. There's the second level of the tower, there's 10, 12 feet, and then there's the dome.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, if it's left to just burn and burn and burn and burn, eventually enough of the heat will get up there to at least warp the top, and
That's about the point.
so it would have someone would have to eventually go over there and put it under control. Is my point. It's not like it's a
kitchen might be equipped to handle it though, and then clear it right out.
you might.
This is why what I wanted to do is we stick together and do this, and then we send Emma and Jumbo over to do the
fire.
fire,
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
and then they can
And then
get
just have him back
away,
off a little bit.
get away, and give us cover.
I'd
if
like
we
to
need
picture
it.
that we were all standing around the kitchen with a flaming bottle of oil,
Like,
right
I'd
up
like
the
if
chimney,
we're running
having this
away-
conversation. No, don't drop it. No, nothing's gonna happen.
Hello, Arya. Yes. What do you
But I
wanna
like
do?
that.
And then that way, if we're running away trying to escape, maybe we have Nemma and Jumbo kind of keeping an eye on the place, and someone can pick off people
Maybe if someone tries to leave.
chasing us.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
Give
So you
us a little
guys
cover
are
fire.
approaching from here.
As long as everyone's on board.
I'm on board.
Nema and Jumbo are.
I'm okay with it. I just don't like it.
I mean, if you have a different plan, let's do it.
Yeah.
He wants to
guys
do the
all
same
agree on
plan, but
this.
without the fire. I
What's
think.
your what do you think?
Just do
You
everything.
guys all agree on the, I'll go with the fire thing.
I like the fire.
This is D&D. Explore the space, Andrew.
I'm just.
There are
you can
they'll
do
all
anything.
settled on this.
No, what do you?
It's fine.
What do you?
would-
might have
would
a
do
better
the same
tactic.
thing just without the fire, right? Is essentially what you're saying.
What I would do is just try to, if there is no alarms and no proximity alerts, I would just scale his thing, his tower, cut a hole straight in the wall. If
It's
he's in
stone,
there,
though.
what's his weapon do?
Not me, him.
Mine.
Definitely
I have
him.
He won't. Oh.
We have the disintegration.
He can
dagger.
cut through black stone with his dagger. This is gonna be.
That's what you should do. You should cut down the black stone wall. An ath check just comes right up on the shore.
I was
I'm
thinking
gonna
That's
do
what we
that.
do.
I considered
We were
that, but
we were
that'd be like a
thinking
long
about
term.
if it was on the cliff, we were gonna destroy with the
a waiting game
daggers
now.
underneath it until it became structure and sound and just tipped into the sea.
We're tossing bait out there.
A trail of like chum leading up the shore, like a mile. There's this gigantic crocodile, like mantis shrimp, just like using huge like praying mantis limbs to drag itself up.
I think even with that idea on the table, you would need a distraction if you're gonna cut through a stone
What's more
wall.
distracting than a big ass mantis shrimp?
What the fuck is that?
My thing about that is that's probably.
Can we take a CR20 at level 8?
That'd be great. I would love that.
I mean, we could try
And-
his way too. I mean,
Is the latrine on the ground level?
Latrine.
Like the latrine entrance.
From what Kandara implied, the latrine was the upper level, and the lower level was like a furnace room where they burned waste.
he does
So
have.
the grate is up.
Like 10 feet? 10,
Yeah,
12?
the grade is like 5 or 10 feet up. Like
Okay, 5 or 10.
He does have a good point though too.
it would be kind of where like the stone floor between the two levels would be like that. Like having never been in there, it's kind of hard to pin it down perfectly, but like it looks like it would be like the stone floor between the two levels of the tower.
If we have to scale, regardless, I'd say Andrew's plan is a solid plan.
Well, thinking about what his point is though too is, if we're here to get Hargroove,
Yep.
if we attack from over there, we have to fight all the way over to get to him here.
That's a
He'll
good
have
point.
how much time to get away? Versus if we come in, I think if we combine both plans, whoever lights over here for the distraction comes up here the same time those guys are coming in over there.
What if we put the fire in the furnace room then? We do the exact same thing, but the opposite.
We could try that.
We combine those plans.
I was gonna
Fire
say,
in the furnace room makes
I was
complete
gonna say if we're
sense,
gonna
too.
come in here, the fire should be either here or there then, for sure. Because I still like the fire.
Yeah.
I like the fire too, but
We did say we were going to burn it to the ground.
All right, so last plicket, second audible. we're setting but nothing in the furnace area will burn. Maybe the insides of the rooms.
What is this, like a mini furnace of creation, or is this like a coal furnace?
Like a kiln, like Kandara, having never been in there, wouldn't really know, but it's like a fired clay brick kiln furnace type thing. They throw trash in there and burn it.
There's a big latrine over the top.
That seems like something that could catch on fire to me.
And it's gonna
Let's
stink.
do it. Let's set the shit
It's
piles
gonna
on fire.
stink a lot.
So we'll send Nema and Jemba over there.
And we'll be here?
Yes.
So, Metrus as well. So they're gonna... Nema and Jemba are going to start a fire in the furnace room?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
How are they going to get in?
Start a fire on the top level by firing a flaming arrow up the chute.
Up the poop chute?
Up the poop chute, yes.
That would work.
Imagine being the guard that's on the
If
toilet
that would
at
work,
time.
then yes, that's exactly what we would
That was the original plan. They didn't have to figure that out.
Comes out, just starts reeking. That wasn't me, man.
Flaming arrow in the poop chute.
Okay.
And then haul ass. Get out of there.
Is there some signal they're waiting for to start the fire?
We probably just split up like here and said like give us like 10. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, they're not climbing in. They're just trying to light a fire. And
Who's that?
I don't know, just a painted mini.
Alright.
Okay, Kandara.
Reasonable.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
Well, as soon as we hear the commotion
Windows.
from the fire,
Up
we
top,
should
right?
we should start scaling.
Do we use a grappling hook?
give it a shot.
I think that's probably the easiest way to scale.
They're arrow slit windows, so it's not like you can just like slide through it.
Right, but could we attach a grappling hook to an
Oh
arrow
yes,
slit?
yeah, totally.
Yeah. And then we're going to send Cassius first.
And he's gonna cut a hole.
With the dagger.
So whenever the commotion starts,
Okay.
then we'll climb and
Pew 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 pew. They run away.
All right.
Okay.
is there a fire now?
Who's
We
throwing the
don't know.
grappling hook?
We wait.
Regardless, people shot at him, and they're going to go investigate. It's a win-win
Alright.
for us.
Alright, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so do we have to make a check to throw the grappling hook up, or
Make him tackle.
am I throwing it, or
Whoever's throwing it, make him tackle.
throwing's not really my strong suit?
I'll do it.
I was gonna say I can throw it. I got a decent dex.
Dex.
Well,
Dex
plus
plus-
four?
Use
Dex?
whatever.
Plus
Use
5.
whatever.
You do it. You throw it. Turok in his strong arms.
I got a 23.
That'll do it.
All right. So it goes up. It goes in the hole. There's a little bit of clanking noise.
I'm worried about that, but
There's a little bit of clanking noise. And you pull back, and it catches on the edge.
Okay. I'm gonna try to climb as fast as I can up there.
All right.
And how far up is it?
It's about 20, like it's 20, 25.
And
just
we're
cut this whole
assuming he's
tower
probably
down.
on the second level.
I really need like some Mission Impossible music right now.
Dun, 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 dun.
I wish we could.
We
but-
should have just had Cassius stick his dagger in here and then just run around the tower.
Damn it! We totally could have. Just
Cassius.
topple the tower over.
Cassius, it's dark, but you see
Out of the arrow slit,
Middle finger.
and the arm goes back in.
and then your grappling hook. There's you think you hear something smacking stone, like metal on stone, and then all of a sudden your grappling hook rope is going down.
I'll do my
Okay.
best to catch him.
Yeah, same.
Make
Try not to let him hit the ground.
you make an athletics check. You make a dexterity or acrobatics check.
If Turok's helping me, would that be
Sure,
an advantage? We'll say.
go for it.
What do you want?
Advantage on your athletics check if two of you are working together.
I'm
In athletics, you said. 21.
21.
21. With acrobatics, rolling 11.
Almost like you guys are like professional gymnasts. Like Cassius is like
lands in, like, a
falling and
basket.
falling, and like you guys are like, and like he's just like standing on your shoulders, like, and then he tips over because you're taller than him.
All right. I like Plan B.
Yeah, tip it.
Everyone get a dagger.
What was Plan B?
Get the daggers.
Oh, you just start handing them out.
And you hear someone yell a word in a language you don't understand, and that's the northeast tower.
Oh, this one's dead.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's dead.
That one got set on fire. Oh, we should have him shoot those with fire.
That's okay.
This particular statue is
Do we hear a fire burning yet?
maybe. It's kind of a male standing like this. It's bare chested. It's got like a loincloth on, but then it starts moving and it steps off the plinth towards you guys.
Of course it does.
Is it on ground level?
Yeah. Yeah. So Cassius, you're up. It's initiative battle.
All right. I'm actually going to take my cutlass. I'm going to come over here. And
Okay.
I'm going to take one of the teeth in the other hand. And I'm going to make 2 attacks against the wall on 2 different spots.
Whole 10 foot by 10 foot section of white stone is just crumbles into black sand,
Okay.
and it reveals a room. Interior lower.
I just want to point out that we're all underneath where this tower will fall right now.
It just tips. Half the party dies.
So the most epic TBK ever.
So
The wall kind of crumbles, and there's like bookshelf, like the backs of like cabinets or bookshelves or something. Do you like maybe like nick them too so you can get a look at the room?
I'm not trying to get a look at the room. I'm trying to get the tower structurally unsound too.
Okay. All right. So there's a 10-foot gap in the stone, like kind of like perfectly circular from where you struck with a claw and the cutlass. Is that what
Yep.
you did? Okay. So it's more like a 15-foot gap, like 2 circles, like kind of combined, like from the points of impact. And there's just like it looks like wooden, like the backs of cabinets or shelves or something. Wood.
Can I see a marker? I'll mark that off on here.
I'll give you a thing one.
There's a bunch of here.
You said 15?
Yeah, about 15 foot.
Bam.
Approximately 3.
Bam.
Okay. All right. And there's definitely some, like, this is a sudden like removal of like support structure, so it's not, the structural integrity is compromised. Like, it's not like, oh, now it's time to go,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit more in
Another attack might have to.
You hear a female voice say, "What the fuck just happened?" Like part of the lower level, where everyone get out there, and like it's yelling, like it's like that boss commander type voice, like everyone get out there and do shit, and like now there's smoke like over here. Like,
Yeah! The fire! It takes a hold.
you guys, Domino.
Domino clicks on a spear, looks at the eye, and says, "Let's have some fun," and immediately runs up to the golem.
Okay.
You want right in front of it, or you want kind of off to.
Right there.
Now that you're close to it, the golem is like one solid piece of wood. Like it's not like planks that have been nailed together or like cemented together or anything. It's just one like solid like carved piece of wood. It's
Like a giant tree that's been carved.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a giant piece of wood, slab of wood that's been carved, like a and it's been varnished, been stained. That's about it.
Okay.
Good.
Like it's not particularly well carved, but like it's a journeyman job, I guess you could say.
Okay, so I will take the front end of my spear and try to jab it, and then also try to do an unarmed attack against it as well.
Okay.
So the first one to hit is 19 to hit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not a 19. I did them backwards. I'm sorry. So 12 to hit, which I'm assuming misses.
Oh yeah, 12 misses.
Okay, and then the 19 for the offhand, the unarmed attack.
Okay, the unarmed attack hits.
Okay, that is. Oh, come on, what is it? Come on. 9 damage.
Okay. You break all of your fingers against the solid wood construction.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm not going to do the unarmed attack.
That's not true. I'm just being silly. But like you are having very little impact with your fist against this thick like wooden.
Okay, well I do it again with my
maybe
second
a little
attack.
maybe a little crack, but
Do it again with my second attack, and I'm assuming I miss with a 16.
that just hits.
Okay, then 6 radiant damage, and then my follow-up unarmed attack is a 27.
6 radiant damage.
Yep.
Let me get that. So your spear touches it. Whoosh! It's just a flaming pillar of burning wood right now.
This might be a bad thing.
Yeah. Maybe a smidge.
Then I proceed to try and punch it with my offhand.
All right.
With a 27 to hit.
That hits.
And that'd be another 8 damage.
Okay.
8 bludgeoning.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for
Yeah,
me.
I was waiting for that. 17.
17. All right. Your gi catches on fire a little bit, but you're like, you know, and the eye of the spear kind of looks at you and like, seriously,
Really? Really?
what are you doing?
So let's have some fun.
The sooner we kill Ardur Hargroove, the better.
Hmm?
Because then these guys are just done.
Correct.
Because if we kill them, then they're just dead.
If I look
Working on it.
left and right, do I see these ones also coming towards
Oh
us?
yeah.
So these have,
Yeah.
they've also moved.
They've also moved.
What's that?
Like
No
they
more
are no longer just like
resurrection.
standing
We kill
in their poses. They are.
They're also every one of them was animated.
That's a good point.
And
If Hargroove's dead, does the resurrection
my
clause
spear
still
again.
apply?
I don't remember 100% how it works.
So it does damage as a spear, but it's cold
Right.
damage.
Right.
Probably not.
You can see out of any shadow within 100 feet. That, like you can see out of any shadow within 100 feet of
Do I need
you.
to be able to see the shadow?
No.
So like, could I see something maybe on the top floor in here?
Yeah, I think the light level would support it because like the whole interior of the place is lit by glow globes, which have light spells on them at all times.
So
But you would be able
maybe
to find something.
I could stab somebody in the tower, maybe.
he can see out of Hargroove's shadow.
Yes, he could.
I want to do that. If I
Okay.
can try and find it, like I don't know how it exactly
Yeah,
works.
it's not just like
It's not like
I
it's
see out of
science,
the
yeah.
shadow. Like you would have. There's going to be a check involved, but like, do you want to like enter that shadow sight ability? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find Hargroove's shadow itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Perceiving. Percepting. 24.
24. So you've got your eyes closed, and like it's almost like what you think like being a fly or a spider would be, like with the multifaceted or multiple eyes and stuff. Like you can see
All these like shadows.
so much
kinda.
sensation. Like it kind of takes a moment to like pin down what like you're processing it in a way that your brain isn't geared to process it, but you think you have it. So you think it's his. Like you kind of see like an older man. You kind of think back to like what Ardur Hargroove looked like, and you think you're looking at
This
him.
might be him.
This might be him
From the ground.
from the ground at a weird angle. You know. So if you want to stab,
Yeah.
Go ahead and stab.
Let me go ahead and stab. It's just
How far
Domino
away?
from behind.
it's Domino.
Hey, that's an old guy. Get him. Okay, so I rolled twin 11s
Okay.
plus 9 to hit.
9 to hit.
So that's 20s.
His would be. That would have been just 10. What was it? 20?
Yeah, 20 for both rolls.
Yeah, that
For
hits.
2 decks.
You stab someone. You feel like your spear like like when you pop a pimple, and like something comes out, and that sensation of stuff coming out of your skin. That's the sensation of like your spear piercing like the shadow membrane and stabbing someone.
Awesome.
So roll damage.
Okay. I remember one time you said I might get advantage through shadows because people aren't expecting it. But
Yes, you got it. You roll. I think you rolled advantage just then.
Nope, I did 2 attacks.
We're gonna count it as advantage.
Okay, perfect.
So you can do his next attack.
D6 plus 8, So that's 6 plus 8 is 14.
14. Okay. You have like you hit him and he falls, but you don't know if he's dead. Do you use your second attack to like grapple him into shadow?
Yeah.
Okay.
That.
Okay, make a strength athletics check.
Do that.
If that's a thing I can do,
It is a
yes!
That's
Then
like,
absolutely, I'd love to do that. Oh yeah, because it has a string on it.
yeah, because it's
It's attached to me.
so like you guys look at Turok and he's basically just like his arm has like reached down into his own shadow on the ground. And like there's this like loop of like shadowy string going into the shadow with him, and like his arm comes out, and like the shadow stuff is going out down into shadows, and like that's all you guys see. Something is happening. His eyes are closed. He's like, and like he's grabbing onto the string. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics. Oh my god. I like this, but now I don't. You have to switch a lot.
Herbert just wanted to come check how we were doing.
I really hope it's not Herbert. But he said like 100 feet, right? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Herbert
Yeah,
that's not even
Herbert's
his
not.
shadow. It's 14 plus 8.
Unless he came because I gave him that dagger.
22.
So like
You know what?
you
part of the
grasp
party
this
now.
tendril of shadow and you tug, and there's that kind of reverse sensation of something like
Something
going
sucked
into the
a
pimple
membrane.
through the membrane, and then like you pull on it and your spear comes, and like you're just like ah, and your spear comes out, but like there's no one attached to it.
Damn it.
Almost.
No, he passed through the shadow.
Oh, he's
in the shadow area now.
It'll be easier to find then. Whoever he is.
Or harder.
I guess I don't know how it works. Yeah, I'm not really.
You get trapped.
Wait,
in
isn't the
a little bit.
shadow realm really cold?
Yeah,
Couldn't we leave him there and kill him?
yeah. He's
I'll check who it is next turn.
He's
Oh
gonna.
yeah, that's a good point, yeah. I'm still on the map, right?
Yeah. Everyone in the party is in the map. So there you go.
You're looking at me and I'm stabbing into the ground there. Just domino. Oh, my sciatica! What? That's a spear!
You get sucked into a shadow.
Oh my god. So you're done.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Uriel, what would you like to do? The golem is still active.
I shift right here. And my first attack missed. It was an 11.
Yeah.
And the second one was a 24 for 10 damage.
Nice.
Boom.
And then I'm just
Suck
going to
it.
call that good for right now.
That's good.
So the mercs go. They do a bunch of stuff that you guys can't really see quite yet.
We need the body back.
Actually,
My body?
I mean, technically it's your body.
The one I have?
there's one over here
Ardur.
somewhere. Actually, no,
Shadow
that's the
realm.
one
Is this
that
you,
the-
Jacob?
Yeah.
Because the
There's
mercenaries
one-
might leave us alone if the guy that's paying them and who's going to resurrect them when they die is dead.
True. True.
Then we have to deal with that.
If we have him like, he can't save you now if you die.
You're next.
It's a lot of mercs.
Where is? Okay,
That must be the bunkhouse.
that's dungeon. There's
Did
one that's
anybody
off
hear
the
her
table.
scream when somebody disappeared?
Yeah,
We are
probably.
going to rub it into her wounds. Well, you were a terrible bodyguard.
You are an awful body.
5 there.
He just disappeared right in front of you. You didn't know.
Gonna be one on the roof. There's one over there somewhere.
Terrified.
Like over here or like in the.
He's like still.
Oh, he's
ways
like
up.
one of the
He's
perimeter
like
ones?
One of the perimeter ones is over here. They
He's
took
doing
out
a
one of
terrible
the.
job too.
They took out the perimeter ones. That should be 1,
Nice.
2, 3,
They rock.
4. Where does this guy go? Oh. There's that guy, and this guy's on the roof. Somewhere on the roof. Yeah, he's gonna be over on the roof here. Just watch his friend get killed by 2 fucking wraiths in the desert.
My brother.
So these guys spend this round waking up because people are yelling at this point, and there's a little
They're
bit
putting
of
on pants and things.
Yeah, they're not gonna have armor on, but they're gonna have weapons and shields. This guy's like, "What? Donjon, why are you screaming?" And he starts walking this way. And
Which guy's on the roof?
this guy's on the roof. There we go. Excellent. That's good.
That's
I like
actually awesome.
Here, she's a floor above us too. So.
that. Good call.
That's actually really good.
This guy's like, "Oh God, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I better go
Put
up."
this by are these guys upstairs too?
Oh no, these guys are on the bottom.
Okay, I was gonna say if they are, we'll just put that.
Someone should
around.
just yell, "Guard the door!" And then everybody.
So that's their turn.
The golems.
We found a use for them. Other than gelatinous cubes.
Ooh,
That's
good, they
still
don't
pretty
move
good
super
use.
far.
Yeah, the concept of double moving is not something they really understand.
Golem kafar.
And then Donjen is like, I have no idea what to do. I better get out here. So she is.
Did she yell when somebody disappeared?
Yeah, she was like, what the fuck? God, so she's moving over to the hatch that's about there. Yeah, there's a hatch that's there. Hatch.
Hash. I thought you said hash.
I got my hash.
She doubles moves to the hatch, but that's about it. And then Cassius.
I'm gonna move around to this side of the building. Same thing.
I can't move.
All right.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's fine.
If you're doing it, do it that way. Yeah, I
gonna
don't
do
want
it.
to fall in.
That's true. It'll probably fall more than
The
There's a pillar here.
okay.
I'm aiming so that there's like a weak spot right there. Like that's gonna be the last.
Okay.
That's
all
what
right.
I'm aiming for. Is
There's the structural integrity holds, but it's definitely straining now.
So like
Here,
here,
beams
maybe
creaking.
15.
Yeah. So there's that. Anything else you want to do?
That's all
Take
I
a
can.
little nap.
I
And,
mean,
there-
I
and there's
can-
more like bookshelf type things and cabinets in front of you.
I'm gonna move over
They're
here.
bookshelves. I don't know why I keep trying to pretend like it might be cabinets or it might be bookshelves. No one knows.
They're either bookshelves or cabinets.
It's
You really can't tell.
You guys can't
so-
tell. It's just a plank of wood. Anyway, was that it?
Yeah.
Fuck you. So it's Domino's turn, but because this happens on the same initiative,
that often. It's
very
cool.
so
Yeah, maybe all the guards will run out there.
out
You
of
probably
like,
drop on that goal.
like because you and Tarak are on the same initiative,
gonna
this is
lean on
why
us,
this happens
too.
now. It's
We
not
gotta move
superseding
away.
your term. It's
Nope,
just because
that's
you're on the
fine.
same.
Are these?
So the shadow at
Did they get a turn?
Good point.
Metris and Kandara?
no, they don't. Because I'll tell you guys.
We're
later.
doing them differently.
Yeah, we're gonna do them differently, and it's probably not gonna be relevant to this scenario, but I'll explain it later. So
saw
out of the shadows at Tarak's feet rolls a human corpse.
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 Corpse. I like
Yes,
the word
he's
corpse.
very clearly dead.
And it's
If I can find Ardur
somebody.
Hargroove.
He is not the
It is?
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he had some good lines he wanted to say. Well, he looks pretty much the same as he did 6 months ago. He's got like a spear wound in his back, and like he's covered in a layer of frost, and like he's a little frostbitten. But he's got like a shaved close to his head, white hair, goatee that was oil but is now frosty and frozen. He's an elderly man. Looks like he's spent a life in the cities. He's got orange robes, jewelry, like gold and silver rings. Nothing like really ridiculously ostentatious. Like there's not a giant diamond, but like it's just like very simple gold and silver rings. One of them looks like a wedding band. Maybe it's on his ring finger, but you guys have never asked Kandara about her mother. She's never offered information, so whatever that means,
Right.
I don't know. He's got an apple in his hand. Like he just picked up an apple, and like then had been stabbed and pulled in, and like you can see like looking at the apple, it's covered in frost, but it has a stud on it too. And then he's got like a metal like not like
Is it probably?
like not he's got a necklace on, but it's not like a silver necklace. Like it's a thick like steel or like polished iron necklace, and it's got like a little plate of metal, similar to like what the crazy like cannibal had with
Okay.
your stuff. It's kind of like that, but not like crazy like hacked together. It's something he had deliberately made. It's got 2 studs in it.
It was like a teleport apple?
It's hard to say. You'd have to touch it.
I'm not
So that's what happens there. Ardur Hargroove is dead. Like he is dead.
Yeah.
And Kandara looks at his like, holy shit, that was quick.
I forgot about
Whew.
Sorry you didn't get to do that.
Yeah, I
Wow.
didn't really realize it was going to be all that happening that fast.
I shout out, he's dead! Your contract is null and void now. If we kill you, you're not coming back.
No, it's fucking not. There's a vengeance clause.
You can try it.
Should we haul ass or?
We'll bury your ass in the desert.
They won't be able to find
that was a really big turning point. Should we haul ass or not? I look at the Kandara. Do you still want to loot this place, or was it more about
The
your
golems
father?
are still active. You're not sure what... Like, it might be the attack on the physical structure, because, like, they didn't... Like, the cousins had to walk pretty fucking close, and it didn't activate them.
Okay.
And you guys
They
were
also
pretty
shot
far.
a flame.
It's my
arrow
turn,
at the
right?
Yeah.
You said there was a word uttered.
Yeah. In a different language that you did not recognize.
Can I attempt to
Just recreate that word.
Yes. What's your intelligence bonus?
My intelligence bonus.
I mean, I don't think it can go wrong, really. Like,
What if he makes him
What's the
angry?
worst that can happen?
I mean, they're already trying to kill us.
What if he says the word for self-destruct or something?
Got an 11.
Okay.
It's a foreign word. You didn't really understand it.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
That's understandable. Is that my entire action?
No,
Fine, it
that
is.
was just yelling something at the top of your lungs.
You're like,
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
Well, then I'm going to not use my unarmed attack, but I am going to continue attacking this golem.
Right. Get it.
It's a natural 1, so that's not doing anything.
Uh-oh.
But then the other one's a 16.
Yeah, that hits. Their AC is only 16.
Ooh, nice.
It's a big wood guy. It's not like they're particularly dexterous. Well, they are kind of dexterous, but they're also kind of big.
Plus 8,
Big dexterous bastards.
14.
AC is so hard to like figure out because
19 damage.
Fuck you. Ooh, he is just smoking and cooking.
Who's this?
Oh, that's a guard that's way off in the desert. Turok. Oh, I didn't have that guy go last turn.
Have him go.
Yeah.
Jump him in.
It's not like it matters. Just go ahead. Go.
Alright, now I don't know what to do. I guess search for another shadow with somebody in it.
Yeah.
Just start poking at people.
Do you want to go after, like, are you focusing on, like, the golem?
I don't know that I've ever seen her, so I think it'd be pretty hard.
You guys saw Donjin once. 6 months ago.
the same time I saw him.
Yeah, same time we saw Ardur.
Okay, maybe I give that a shot then.
Russell, aren't that many girls around here?
Looking for a girl
Yeah, you are looking for
that
a girl.
doesn't look like Kandara. So is that, what was that?
Perception check.
Perception check. 15 plus 5, 20.
I think that hits. It's right. I think it hits. Yeah, that hits.
To find her or hit her?
You... Was that perception or attack roll?
Perception.
Okay, yeah, you found her.
Okie doke. Then a little attack and pull, hopefully. I guess we'll see if the first attack hits first. A natural 1, so that would be
It's 100 feet.
Unless I get advantage still, right?
Yeah, advantage, because she would have no way of expecting it.
And a 7. 7 plus 16? 16 to hit?
Yeah, no.
Well, then second attack, right?
Yeah, you get 2 attacks. You said 16 against AC, right?
Yes, against AC.
Okay. Alright.
And
Yeah, like
then
your
that's
spear-
even lower.
Your spear comes out of the shadow and, like, pings off of her scale mail, and then she's aware of it, so you don't get advantage on this one.
Okay, well then it was still lower.
Okay.
Damn!
Because she's kind of like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a spear coming out of shadows. And she gets her shield up and...
Bastards.
That's such a fucking cool weapon.
So, you reel.
I'll never
A
shoot an
22
arrow
and
again.
a 25 to hit the golem right here.
Okay.
And that's a total of 24 damage.
24 damage. Nice. I think you just destroyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did too.
Now run up down
Yeah.
and set this one on fire, then run away and let it burn all the way.
It's really burned and crispy and, like, kind of falling apart, but yeah, you just fucking...
It only
wasted
moved like 6 spots.
Yeah, it's gone.
All I gotta do is
Good job.
move backward lazily.
Alright, anything else you want to do?
Sneak over here real quick to the dead body.
Okay.
Start pulling some studs off
Okay.
and collecting some loot.
Nice.
You got an apple with a stud on it. You got a little steel necklace with a little plate on it with 2 studs on it. You want to look at any of them?
Not right now.
Touch the apple. Touch the apple. Touch the apple.
All you have to do is touch a stud, and it'll give you an
could've been
impression of what it
another-
does. You kind of touch the apple stud. It gives the impression of like pressing it will create an area of silence. You
Not
touch
bad.
We can
Could've
see
used
I was
that.
gonna say that's awesome.
You touch the little metal plate, the two studs on it, and they both kind of give you the impression of like armor, defensive stuff.
Is that like a real apple or like a wooden apple or something?
It's an apple.
So
It's immortal now because it's got a stud in it.
I was assuming it was just like an infinite apple.
if you were to take a bite out of this apple,
You couldn't. Your teeth wouldn't be able to break the skin.
okay.
It'd be like trying to bite a piece of stone.
I was gonna say, would it just not make a sound? Because it's gonna sound like a in it.
You can eat it anywhere. You can eat it in a movie theater.
Did it have a bite out of it right now?
No, it's like a perfect apple.
With a stud.
But why?
Probably so he could keep it in a fruit basket.
Probably because he's insanely
doesn't
rich
look-
and it
he can just
doesn't
hold
really
an
matter
apple
what he puts his
anywhere he
studs in.
wants.
We're gonna do a potty break right now.
Like if you're holding like a dagger at a meeting with the king or something. Looks a little suspicious. Probably not too. But if you're holding an apple,
With as little rain as we got this year.
All right, we are back
Waters' garden.
after our break. So it's the mercenary's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, what would they do? These guys, I guess, would move out into here.
Yeah, close
I'm
enough.
just
Spitballing's fine.
This Donjon kind of gets up to the hatch.
She's on the same level as that guy.
This guy. Hey, Donjon, I think they're over here. Something's going on. Let's go look together. Good idea. This guy, up the stairs, up to the hatch. Do we have another?
I do have. Oh, yes.
There we go. All right. We got 3 on the roof.
That's so cool.
That guy moves closer. That guy moves closer.
How many? Like,
No, the guards.
oh.
The golems are fine.
Are they, like, on the map yet?
No. The golems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did I move Donjon? I think I moved
Ye-
Donjon. That's fine.
Was she gonna go down the hatch?
Yeah,
No,
you
she
were
went
right
up-
to
Oh,
the,
up higher.
Up to the
Okay.
hatch.
Oh,
That makes
okay.
sense.
She was already on the second floor.
Yeah, she was on this landing here on the second floor.
Well, let's get
going
to
up the roof.
second floor.
Cassius.
Cassius Clay.
I'm gonna
Cassius.
run over to this wall here,
Caduceus clay.
and I'm going to.
What happens if you poke one of those golems
Goes
with that
here.
thing? I bet they explode.
Bad things. Because
I'm
it treats
going
them like
to
objects.
stab with the dagger in my offhand at the wall here.
It's 10-foot space.
There's like
Opens
a
up.
very convenient exit for all those mercenaries.
There's like
Come straight
guards here, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on? What's that black stuff? What is happening? Who are these guys?"
You fucked with the wrong crew.
I guess if you start poking them with those things, they'll probably just explode.
So
Out of character. Kyle, what are you doing?
Yeah. Also that.
I'm going to cut them with my rapier in the other hand, or my cutlass rather.
Poke them with the teeth. Poke them with the teeth. They'll probably just die. I don't know how teeth
So
work on people,
16.
but
They don't have any armor on. They just have shields. So their AC is about 13 or 14.
I want to fight them. That sounds fun. Yeah, I hit him. Every time.
I was double checking because I rolled a 6. I just wanted to find out what I have.
Oh no, one of them's dead. Ah.
Oh, I had two. I'm just trying to find out what my modifier was. I think it's a.
Just preemptively.
Okay. Damn it, where is it? My proficiency is +3. My dex is +5, so it'd be +8. So 6 + 8.
14?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, so then 16 + 8 and a 14. So I'm gonna cut this guy too.
Alright.
You want damage rolled? And
Sure, let's see what damage does. Does it do over 12? Yeah, they're dead.
I have.
They're minions.
Sounds like I have this many dice.
I have all these dice.
I was saying.
All right, he's done. They're done.
Mathematically, you can't be lower than 12.
I mean, I get to roll 3 just on the hits.
And then plus what?
So,
Plus 5.
Domino?
So almost you can't.
No, that's all I can do.
Domino is going to move 30 feet toward the wooden golem.
Move there.
Could you help me out, Kyle? Or
Okay.
Someone that is... not
This
across-
one or this one?
that way. Okay. So from right there, I'm going to ready an action to strike as soon as the golem is within range.
Okay.
You should throw your spear.
Rock.
I'm gonna try.
My spear goes up one every turn.
Mhm.
Does that count as my turn, or am I readying as a delay?
It's your turn.
Okay, so
Just think of it more as every 6 seconds it goes up 1 die.
Okay, thank you.
I want to hit her again. I want to.
Yeah. Okay, you don't get advantage anymore because she's expecting it.
Okay.
Or she's not expecting it because, like, what the fuck? But more like, apparently I can't trust my shadow.
But she's not just standing there.
She's like standing next to a fire now, like.
She's not just like bent over in front of her shadow with her ass in the air. She's kind of like circling at all times, just like moving in this like...
Just like being very erratic.
Alright.
Really good time to spill some oil up.
21 to hit.
That hits. And I should mention that you are a little vulnerable. Like,
While I'm doing it?
While you're like using your shadow vision. Like you would have a harder time like...
If we weren't way off in the middle of
People would
nowhere.
have a harder time hitting you. People would have a better time, an easier time hitting you if they were right up close to you.
I
Because
would
you're kind of
imagine
like,
so, yeah. Unless I stab them in the back.
unless you step out in the back, in which case
Probably didn't see it coming.
they would not see it coming.
12 damage.
Yeah.
And so I'm latched out?
Yeah, if you want to use your next attack as a grapple.
I sure do.
That was 12 damage.
I sure do.
Yes. How much damage did you do the first time? Or no, like, it missed.
Yeah.
It missed,
Yeah, I
right.
missed twice the first time.
Yeah.
I think... What'd you say, athletics?
Yeah. Or acrobatics, I think.
13 then?
13. She will resist with athletics.
Suck.
She got 8. So you stab at, you like penetrate, like it slides up through the scale mail and like hooks, and then you pull. And she screams and like is in
We
shock.
hear it up there.
So that would do. That works.
I love it. This is the first time I feel like I got to use it.
It really is. And you've had it for what? 4 sessions?
Yeah, I got it, and then I played 1 session since then. And it wasn't a combat session.
No, it was. You just came
Right, I
afterwards.
missed it. I missed the dragon.
So you're real, my prepared little boy, my sweet prep boy.
You're prepared?
You're not prepared.
I just mumble, wait right there, there's someone coming through. She comes out.
That's an option.
I want to continue to search his body. I'm going to do it thoroughly because I'm just going to wait for that golem to come in.
You find a stud on his forearm. And it just takes a little tugging, but it pops off. A little bit more
inspect
searching.
it.
He doesn't have like he's wearing a robe and like undergarments. Like he doesn't have a lot of pockets to rifle through. You're pretty sure you got everything.
Alright.
He doesn't appear to have any. Like he's got his rings. Do you want to take his rings?
Check his prison wallet.
Yes, check his prison wallet.
Would I feel Kandara would object to me continuously looting her father?
She hasn't said anything.
Like just picking rings off.
I take
like,
the rings off and I hold out the wedding ring.
Okay.
And
She's like,
I kind of look at her, see how she reacts.
She's
to
like,
it.
he's putting it in his pocket, but watching her face.
No,
like,
I'm not saying I'm gonna keep it. And then I give it to her. Yeah.
okay, she takes it. She sticks it in her pocket.
I just was like, is this something you would? How was your relationship with your mother? Like,
All this is in like complex
Yeah.
gestures
Just
and
like-
like I feel really awkward right now. We just killed your father. This is wedding man. Is it your mother? Is it a new? Does he have a new person?
stepmom, maybe. Great. Great. Just great.
Just wonderful. I love it.
And then I'm gonna step right here
He's defending me.
and wait.
Okay. So
Well, actually, I might go after
I got this.
Cassius in there.
that's
I
right.
got this.
I can consider that.
I got it.
Do you want to head that way? Okay.
Walk this way.
The mercs are up. So they look nervous about tangling with Cassius. If I'm being completely honest.
He did just come crashing through a wall and
it's
like two of them down.
Like,
Like,
they were just like
boom,
immediately.
and then
I like to think it's just like you're dexterity based, right? It's just like dagger in the head, boom, right there in the head, just like they crumble.
Just dainty touches.
Yeah, exactly. Beep boop beep boop. Just melt in the black sand.
Well, because the blades are here, that to that, he just with his finger just.
he's got just like a short sword, and he just kind of takes 2 swipes at you. Gets a 25 and a 19.
Both hit.
All right, he gets 2 stabs. Does 8 and not 8. 7 and 7 piercing damage.
So 14.
14. And he action surges
oh my!
and does it again. We gotta take this guy down. I'm going for it. And he gets a 13 and a 14.
Both miss.
Okay. And this guy is like, all right, I'll go around and come at him from behind. This is weird. I want to go home.
I don't even like the old guy.
This probably isn't what they're saying, but like I feel it adds flavor. He makes 2 attacks. Wait, that would be first attack with advantage. That still misses. Which is the second attack with flanking advantage. 21. That hits.
21 hits.
7 piercing damage.
He's gonna action surge.
He's gonna.
Of course he is.
Did the other guy action surge?
Yeah.
He's gonna action surge die, so he's gonna action surge.
Right. This is his one.
Critical hit! Critical hit! 13 piercing damage.
Critical hit card. You lop his head off.
And this guy comes
I
up.
kind of miss those.
He's like, I got your back.
Yeah.
Crit cards.
Crits in Pathfinder 2 are fucking awesome.
Critical failure.
Aha! Also a crit card.
Wait, no. That would be a 2. Not a critical failure. Because it was a 1 and a 2 that I rolled.
Clint initiative is living in PF2.
Oh. What's that mean? Changes?
Changes, yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's not that.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 and then I started to roll more because I thought for some reason he had advantage, but he doesn't because he doesn't have a flanking buddy, so he's done.
Okay.
You good? You fine, right?
God. Am I drunk? That guy can be moved onto the map.
Ha!
Thank you. That guy can be moved onto the map. These guys are like, where the fuck did Dodge go? What the fuck is going on? I don't know what to do! I think there's a guy downstairs. What do we... like, I don't even know what they would do. Like,
I think they
Because
don't know either.
there's guys dropping like flies down here.
There's a fire over there too.
There's a fire over there.
People are disappearing.
I think they go downstairs. I think they go back to the hatch and they go back down to the upper
The
level
roof kind of
here.
looks like this, right? That one's on fire.
There we go. Fire. So I think they go. Oh, we gotta help these guys. That sort of thing. I think that's all the mercenaries. So now it's the wooden golem's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's 5, so right to you.
22 to hit, and 17 radiant damage.
Ba-ba-da-da.
That'd be a lot of radiant damage. Alright, it's on fire. So it makes some attacks against you now that it's in reach. 2 slam attacks.
Bring it, bitch.
26 and a 12.
The 26 hits, the 12 does not.
You take 14 bludgeoning damage.
That's it.
and 5 fire damage.
Oh my
He's
floor.
just on fire. He's just burning.
Grapple.
14 fire and how much?
14 bludgeoning.
14 bludgeoning.
5 fire.
Okay, sorry.
And that brings us to Donjan's turn, but Donjan is having problems. And we're back at the top of Cassian.
Ah!
At this point, I'm going to say you should have ran away. I had to spend a luck point to re-roll the 1 die.
Okay.
Without modifiers, I got 2 19s and an 18.
Okay. And those all hit. Their ACs are 14.
Okay. So I'm going to take the cutlass through these 2 here, spin that way, and hit both of them. And then the other one I'm going to stab with the dagger.
Okay.
Necrotic dagger.
The what dagger?
The necrotic tooth of...
one of the like rough
that's
teeth.
yeah, that's what I've been using.
Okay,
on my
one of the
outfit.
rough teeth. Okay. All right.
Okay, so I got...
So they're all dead.
Yeah, I was going to say...
There's bodies and black sand all over the place at Cassie's feet. It's very impressive.
Really making short work of these. Mercenaries.
Clint, I'm rolling max attacks, and I don't think that I've crit with my spear yet. Is that double radiant damage?
I will tell you what happens very shortly.
Okay. Can I roll my regular damage then? Should I roll my regular damage or just wait?
How much? Roll. What is it? 5 right now.
It's 5. Yeah. For my next turn, it will be 5.
With the last guy that falls, I just take the dust him.
Look out, everybody! We got a badass over here. Yeah, just roll the damage.
Okay.
I was thinking like you throw it in the air.
So Donald's up. So you got a 20.
So first attack was 24 to hit.
That hits.
Deals 25 radiant.
Okay.
It's not dead yet, is it? I really want him on a critical hit.
Got 9 hit points left.
Okay. And then I rolled my second attack and got a critical hit.
So you stab this spear like into the chest of the golem, and like it starts to vibrate, and this golem just discorporates into burning splinters as this spiral of fire and lightning and multicolored like flamey looking energies just circles out like almost like a tornado. Like it's tiny at the point of the spear, and it just widens up into this cyclone of like fire and lightning and all kinds of colored energies, and just the backwash of heat is immense. It's about a 15-foot cone.
That's fucking awesome.
So like you don't do the 1.5 times damage, you just do a 15-foot cone of damage.
If there's anything behind
If
it.
there's anything behind it.
Alright.
Like, based on where you are, like, the whole wall of this kitchen is kind of, like, running into molten stone. Like, the corral is now on fire, like, from the heat washing this way.
Well, that's
Burned
fantastic.
Yeah, fire!
The first plan worked.
Guys, I didn't know. We should have done this the first time.
Why didn't we set the kitchen on fire?
Nice. All right. So that's dead, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay. I guess I'll move back that way too. I'll use my full movement to go back and help.
How tall are the
Jacob, would you move it back?
floors in here?
Back towards this
about
way.
10, 12 feet.
Yep.
10, 12 feet? Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
I was going to say, it can be... I have a cool idea for those two.
Fuck you. Turok, how would you like to enrich the day of the people in this estate?
So she's in the shadow realm, right?
Oh yeah, she pops out in front of you. So
Is she dead?
No, she still has lots of hit points. Where did she go? There she is. So she's right there now.
Wail on her.
all right, stab at her. She's alive. She's covered in frost and stuff. I completely
I
forgot.
should have just
about
left her in there. That would have been the smart thing to do.
I mean, you could always send her back if you had to.
Just
kinda
stab her shadow right now and pull her
They
back
kind of
through.
auto pop out.
Ah.
Let's do it again.
Just keep pulling her through.
Probably take frost damage in there. Probably a decent amount.
So does... I guess... 11 plus 9, that's 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
10 damage.
Oh yeah, 10 cold damage. Yeah, she's still kicking.
And
where are you?
She's way stronger than Ardur.
Yes.
does she have a shadow right now?
She has a shadow.
Can I pull her back in?
You can try.
I'd love to try.
You've used one attack.
One attack.
Did you attack her? Like I assumed you were like stabbing her.
Ah, you're right. Do I have to land a hit before I can try?
Yeah,
to
you gotta
grapple?
land
Okay.
a shadow hit.
Oh, then
you
just
pull.
another hit then.
Okay.
So it's 8 plus 9, 17 to hit?
Yeah.
9 damage. 9 more piercing.
Actually, a 17 doesn't hit, but you have advantage because she's prone. So
Good to hear. As long as I roll a bit higher.
I think
And I rolled another 8. So we're going to be right where we are. Okay. Unless I action surge, which I will. And I'm going to throw my spear through the hole. So that's an 18 to hit.
Okay.
Natural, so that's damage 12.
12.
And then I got a grappler, right?
Yes.
Damn it! 7.
17. 23.
Well, she'll just stay right there.
Stay right there.
At my
She's
feet.
just like kind of like groaning, like and then the spear hits her. And she's like,
This probably seems so futile from her end.
she's
getting poked from every direction.
Like, she have no idea what the fuck is happening. Like, there's a spear coming from somewhere.
I picture like one of those cool like Hawaiian sling things where just the prongs are like this and it stabs in and goes and pulls it back.
Oh no. That was Trock. You're real.
Well, he's got the shadow on his wrist. It's basically like he pulls it back and
I'm wrong so much today.
What is the... I guess, okay.
Yikes.
Do a 14 and 11 hit.
The golem, no.
Okay. I action surged, and it was a 16, right?
Yeah,
The AC
yeah,
for
16.
that.
16.
Then I got a 19 and a 16,
Okay.
and that's total 25 damage, and then
Good man. Good man.
I missed 2 attacks.
That's right, I missed 2 there as well.
What was it, 25?
0.5.
Feast or famine? Feast or famine. Oh, Domino, you're right there. You can wail on her with me.
And that brings us to the Mercs.
And her. I'm
Um,
gonna stand up and be angry.
They like what would they even do? Like he just like turned like their friends.
wow, this fire's super
they're
important.
upstairs, aren't they? Or did they come down
They're
there?
at the top of that landing there. Like these are stairs going up, and they're at the top of them.
Oh, I thought they were still. I kind of changed what I was gonna. At the hatch, I was gonna try to run up the railing and stab the hatch so they came down on the floor. But that changes that. I thought those were stairs. I just thought they were still up on the above the hatch.
Fuck, I don't even know what they would do. I should have been thinking about this. Like, I think they would.
Throws a rocket.
I gotta use the latrine.
I think they would kind of like try to take a position at the top of the steps and like ready actions. Like,
Choke point.
you come close to them.
Hey, don't you come any closer.
You stay down there. We'll let you leave. If you leave, we won't chase you. Please. They're trying to put on a good show, but you're not buying it. I don't think.
No, I got a better idea.
Oh.
Should have
So-
jumped the rails and ran for the crow sayings.
Golem.
Just galloped out of there.
The golem takes 2 like swings at Uriel, like rah, rah, and like there's no art. This is just like just slamming at you. Like he's not like boxing or anything. He's just swinging the room at you. And I should roll a d20 instead of a d12.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
You can still roll
I
that.
got a 14 and a 13.
No, that's not it.
Okay. Okay. And it's Donjan's turn. Donjan uses half of her movement to stand, looks around. What the fuck? Who the fuck are you guys? You're the fuckheads we originally were gonna hire, aren't you? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god, how have you been?
How have you been? It's so great to see you. She uses her second.
You guys still looking for a job?
Dungeon uses her second wind.
You should have
as a
paid
bonus
more.
action. 5 piddly hit points. That'll be great use. Keep her alive.
Let's murder her.
Donald says, I'm surprised Cassius didn't say we could do your job too.
Kind of defeats the purpose of getting her. No, I legit
We'll take her
thought
out to
that
bury the people and bring her back right to
I
her
legit
father.
thought our first job was the only job we were doing.
I know, but I love,
So I'm like, okay.
I love that happened. It's so
Does
fantastic.
a 22 and a 14 hit you?
I believe the 22 does.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been able to make it work.
She like slashes at you twice with her long sword, misses once, but
close.
manages to get a hit on you. Deals 9 slashing damage.
Okie doke.
Oh, does she action? I think she action surges. She has no idea how she's gonna get out of here. She action surges.
Then uses both those actions to run really far.
Run really far.
Not
22 and 20.
20 does not, 22 does.
What is your AC? 21?
21.
Nice. So another 9
You are
slashing
reading.
damage.
Nothing.
Shit. Yeah. Alright, that's dodging. Cassie's.
Alrighty.
He's just in here terrorizing these poor guards.
At that, the sound of that, he's going to, before he turns completely around to face them, he's going to go, you shouldn't have taken the money. And he's going to tap his investiture of Flame Stud.
What money? Who took money? What do you...
I don't know who you are.
You're poisoned.
I'm poisoned. Okay.
Great. It's right with the plan.
But, yeah, there's that. Anyway.
And then he's going to very slowly move.
Just walk like Dracula, kind of.
30 to the base of the stairs and kind of stand there. All of flame, like this huge like aura of flame is spinning around him, and I can read what the spell does for. I have it pulled up here. I've been wanting to use this for 2 weeks.
Very intimidating.
Flames race across your body, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet for the spell's duration, 10 minutes. The flames don't harm you until the spell ends. You gain the following benefits. You're immune to fire and have resistance to cold. Any creature that moves within
That's
5
actually
feet of
awesome.
you, any creature that moves within 5 feet of you for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there takes 1d10 fire damage. You can use your action to create a line of 15-foot fire. 15-foot fire, 5 feet wide, extending from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line makes a dex saving throw. A creature takes 48 fire on a failed save, or half as much on a successful.
That's actually sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
That's a pretty sweet spell.
Yes, it is.
It was expensive.
Donald?
Donald. Okay, so it's, he's going to...
That's my turn. I had to spend a whole action to cast that.
Dungeon's up?
She's still up, right?
She's up.
Okay, I'm going to take my first attack at her, and I'm assuming
You should have advantage.
do I have advantage? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I planned with advantage, so I hope I do. 11 misses, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And then so my first attack misses, and then I swing again with a 19 to hit.
I'm gonna step away for a second.
It would hit, but she uses her reaction and parries. So
Ooh.
she kind of
She's fancy.
avoids the... You get your spear there. She avoids it. Knocks it aside.
Domino action surges.
What's that?
He action surges.
Yes.
Um,
She can only do it once!
I action surge and spend flurry of blows.
Ooh.
So my action surge, critical fucking hit. Sorry, Turok.
Turok, could you please do me a favor and make a dexterity saving throw?
I would love to. I would love to do that.
As far as damage, 14, 16.
It was with the spear, right? That you crit?
6. Yes.
Okay.
So it's 26 radiant. And then I'm going to do flurry of blows too.
18?
What's the DC on that saving throw? Shit, I don't know.
10. I beat it heftily. I'm way out of it.
I should have thought of that.
I think it's 17. I think that was the DC we agreed on.
Oh, it's 19?
Damn. One shy.
So then I get to make 2 more attacks.
Absolute
before he
bummer.
blows.
So how much radiant damage did you do?
That thing's cooking, huh?
26.
26 radiant damage.
Aren't you like slightly resistant to magic?
Not fire.
Were you here for him getting a critical hit with his spear gun?
No.
And now it's hitting Jacob.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
It's cool.
It's
I already
fine.
got a 3 if it weren't for advantage, so you did this to yourself.
You're right. Next turn, I'm gonna throw into the shadow and miss.
Spiral of flame and lightning and shit comes out and just like engulfs Donjon and splashes all over Turok's face, body, and torso.
Just burned, singed. Great.
How much more do you do to Donjon?
So then I follow up with the butt of my spear twice, and I'm assuming a 23 hits.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's 8 damage, and then does a 16 hit.
Yes. No. Her AC is 18. Sorry.
Okay, then that's it. Just another 8 damage.
Her scale mail is blackened. Fucking helmet's like askew on her head. Her hair is just singed away.
Just getting absolutely the least just like sane fight she's been in. The spears flying. Remember, she's being engulfed in flames.
Nothing could have prepared her for this. I let her know that. Nothing could have prepared you for
Years as a personal bodyguard. This is the
she literally just like is holding her head like this and just like fucking drops her sword and her shield and just like, I'm out. What the fuck? What? And like, she's not a small woman. She's not a cute looking woman. She is a big burly warrior type. She's a hardened fucking fighter. Like, she is you guys, but without all the cool gear and like special abilities and like fucking 6 of you and shit. Like, she's just like, what? Fuck.
Yeah, we're amazing.
We work really hard. Okay.
She just like laces her fingers up behind her head and she just kneels on the ground. Like, I'm done. I surrender.
Can you call off the golem?
Domino kind of leans in and talks to Turok. He's like, "Do we take prisoners?"
Let Kandara decide.
Okay.
And I say, do you know the word to end these guys?
Intimidation check?
Yeah, I know the word.
Well, yell it. Do it now.
It takes her 3 tries, but she yells it, and like they just they don't like fall over or anything. They just return to their like
Right where they were, or they go back.
right where they're standing. Like they just return to their pose right where they're standing.
I like to think that your reel's about ready to. Oh!
He just locks up, flexes at me.
Yeah.
Is it done?
Donjon yells, if your mercs, your contracts are rescinded. Just it's over. Hargroove's dead. I'm giving up. Lay down your weapons. And these 2 are like,
They're like, oh, you're lucky.
No, there's no bravado. These guys, like,
Kyle's on fire. yes, it's just.
You heard that, right?
they just very carefully set their weapons down, just like back away a couple steps.
Domino clicks off his spear.
Incredible.
Dodges up and no.
She just kneecaps you and runs.
Before I do, I tell my spear, "Nice job."
I dismissed the aura.
That was great. That was incredible.
So, what do you guys want to do now? What are you going to do with your?
What does Kandara want to do? This is her mission.
Yeah, I think we need to ask her.
Let them
The battle's
go.
over. Maybe
Don-
signal to Herber and the twins, like do a whistle or something.
Yeah, you guys shoot before.
Signal.
Yes.
Buckle signal. Takes his belt off and wants the buckle.
Oh my god.
You guys taking
You guys take a flaming wreckage from the golem crater over here and throw it into the air, and the wagons start moving towards you with Herbert and the cousins. So Kandara is
We have a new base of operations.
I was thinking the same thing.
with a giant hole in the side.
We burned it down mostly.
Two giant holes in the side.
3 big holes in the side.
and 2 structural fires. 2.
It's going to be really expensive to insure this.
Hey, Crank will fix it up for us good.
I swear this never happens.
But we'll get it for cheap.
Kandara kind of stands over her father's corpse and looks at it for a long time. And, and she looks at Donjon, and Donjon's like, Can I go? I just want to take some food and leave. I'm done.
He paid me money. That's.
I did not like him. I worked for him. Can I go? I'm done here. Give me a blade. Give me some food. I will walk back to Wallace. Kandar, yeah, sure, whatever. I have no personal issue with her.
Alright.
Good with me.
Are there any hidden troves of items here?
You guys want to dig through the place?
I want to dig through Hargroove's room.
Okay. So you kind of
Watch the structure. Just walking
Be
around.
very
There.
careful. The only thing supporting this is essentially stacks of books and wood.
So do you
Wait. Before we let her leave, I want to make her write down those commands and how to pronounce them for the golems.
I like
Okay.
that.
And I roll that up, put it in my pocket, protect it with my life.
You turn them on and they attack us anyways. Because we didn't write the spell or something.
No, you can tell them.
I don't know how it works.
Well, if we can turn them on, you think we can tell them to stop,
Well, we can turn them back off.
even if we can't control them very well. Worst case scenario,
I don't know, yeah.
Domino cuts the shit out of them.
Yeah, true. I like having them around.
We can just sell them too.
That's also true. Then just turn them on at some point.
Give them to someone we don't like and just...
Do you go to... Okay, the
Drop
northeast
the word.
tower is Ardur. Do you go to the top, bottom? Where you go?
Top.
Okay, you go in...
Well, I guess there's holes in the wall.
You just
And I'm
push
trying
down
to
a bookshelf?
yeah.
Okay, you push down a bookshelf.
I thought it was a cabinet.
It is... You'll never know. It's down on the floor now. You'll never see.
Is it dishes or books? You don't know.
Did it go like a soft thud or was it like a clink?
Maybe bookshelf.
You find yourselves in a well-lit chamber. It's essentially a library and bedroom. Like the against the stone wall, the white stone walls are bookshelves. The bed is a 4-poster monstrosity of wood and cushion and pillow. There's a black and red checkerboard pattern carpet on the floor, under the bed and stuff. At the foot of the bed is there's not at the foot of it, but a little bit of ways away is a nice reclining couch and a little table beside it. There's a old-timey looking super polished brass candelabra, but instead of like the kind you would hold Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, but instead of candles, it's got glow globes clamped with metal. And that's sitting on the table, and that's the only real light in the room. It's fairly dim. The woodworking is of the couch, the table, and the bed. It's very utilitarian. It's not fancy pants, artistic carvings and stuff. It's stained, varnished, looks fine. Nothing really super fancy about it. It's very utilitarian. And then there's all the bookshelves. You look around. Do you dig through anything? What do you want to do?
I ask if I assume Herbert's with us now. I'm like, hey, you want to take a peek at these books? Maybe there's something you might interest you.
He kind of investigates things. I don't recognize this language.
What?
That's a weird thing to
And
say.
he starts at the top of the bookshelf, and these are all in the same language, and I don't recognize it.
I try to say that same word that was the golem's command activation.
Uh-huh.
said, does the language seem to be like
I can show them. I had to write it down.
whatever this word is?
Yes.
That's the word.
The kind of he like holds things up and like opens a book to a random page and like he sees letters, pictographs, whatever you want to call it, like sections that would be a letter, I guess. And he like starts. Yeah, I think so. I think these are the same. And like you guys are looking at the books and he's looking at the books and the books aren't like super fucking old. Like these aren't musty tomes.
It's like a code that he wrote or something.
Could be. The books are fairly modern. Like they're weathered in that someone has opened them and shut them several times, maybe
You could have just
dozens
had
of
them
times.
completely redone though.
But they're
It
all
was very
modern
original.
binding techniques.
Does Kandara know anything about?
Has he ever seen this language before, or does he just not know it?
I've never seen it before. I have no knowledge of where to begin for translation. It has no. I can't find any familiar letters or numbers. And he's like opening this book and like none of the books have pictures or anything.
Well, you got something new to work on. You know, you like obsessing about things. After we collect all the relics, you can work on this. It'll be your retirement project.
Or, you know, we go back to Walasp. There's no reason to fear going back there now, right? And we could get a
Might
top
wanna-
end
He
language.
was
set.
like the king's uncle, and he did run like the entire city pretty much.
There probably will be some sort of weird power vacuum thing. He was like the most powerful man.
How does Kandara fit in that?
She has no interest in it, as
She
far
has
as
no
I'm
interest in
aware.
it. Yeah.
Does she? Who would be the heir? Does she know, or would it be like somebody from
Well,
the city?
The city would continue being ruled by the king, but there is a power vacuum where Ardur Hargroove did exist. That would need to be filled.
We're pretty rich.
And we have a
I don't
fort.
know.
You do have you have a fort. Do you want to go up to the?
Yeah, to the study.
All right, go up to the upper level.
I'm gonna work on putting the fire out.
Okay.
I like that.
At least we do want to stay here.
We do. The
Sell
door's
it.
locked. The
Beachfront.
door on the upper level's locked. Do you want?
How solid is this door?
Pretty solid. It would take some work to break.
Beach
Heavily
is at
bound
least
iron and
$100,000.
thick planks of wood.
So is there some
wanna
aspiring
break it.
supervillain?
You want to break it?
Not really.
We can take him down for money.
Tony Stark.
You want to have Cassius open it? You want to have Domhnall open it?
You want me to kick it? I'll kick it. I'm kicking it.
Okay, make a straight check.
We're gonna have to replace that door.
Yeah, I got plans. I got all new doors picked out already. That's only a 10.
Okay.
First thing, the bronze
doesn't
domes.
work.
I'm gonna
have to
kick it
go.
again.
Okay.
They clash with the
That's a
walls.
13.
Okay.
Mine's a 25.
I'm just gonna continue kicking it
You keep
until
kicking it.
I get 25 to kick the door.
So this huge Goliath is like pounding on this door. And your reel just boom.
The door just.
I loosened that for
There's
you.
this snap as some like metal barrier on the other side just like fucking splits apart and falls to the ground.
Ding!
I loosened
And
it.
you're.
Loosened the door.
It's an office. It's an office. There's a very large, very utilitarian desk in the center of the room, like the same kind of like woodworking as downstairs. Immediately to the left of the door, there's a small table with a chair and a deck of playing cards on it, like someone sat there at all times, maybe a bodyguard of some kind. And to the right is like a ladder in the wall up to a hatch that leads to that dome.
Ooh.
The desk, the floor is just bare stone, bare white stone. The desk is piled high with paperwork, books, writing utensils, writing supplies. There's a small basket of apples. And at one point, there was a chair pulled up against it, but it's been like knocked back in like surprise. Perhaps. Maybe.
Perhaps it's
As if the
been
person
folded
sitting
in
in
the
it was
shadow realm.
surprised and like, what?
But you don't know.
Suddenly disappeared through their own shadow.
So,
Seems like that might have happened for your
you know.
investigation.
Does it leave like little bits of like cold?
And like there would be a faint frost forming, but it would go away quickly,
Yeah.
especially in the sea.
I guess I'll glance over the desk if anything really stands out.
It's all written in that same language as the books.
Must be his code then. Does it look like there's like a quill and ink and he's been writing things
Oh
down?
yeah, this is all.
Unless
Huh.
he knows some
Weird
secret-
dead language, yeah.
We don't know Luzgo.
It's true. It's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
But does
crank.
Herbert no.
Just crank.
Has
them.
Herbert seen Luzhka? Like, do they have writing? I guess I don't know.
There's no written language that anyone's found so far.
We can ask Crank.
This could.
Yeah, Crank Manos would probably know.
He knows a lot.
And we gotta go see that.
Yeah.
Golem anyway.
Goliath
Yeah.
and the Golem. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
There's so much shit we have to do.
Man.
Let's split the party.
You gonna go up the hatch and investigate the dome?
Sure.
Pop it open. Climb up there.
We could probably handle it a little.
So you get up into the dome, and it's stiflingly hot in here. You know, almost like you're in a big brass dome that's been in the sun all day. But there's also fire. It's well lit, but not by glow globes. There's fire burning over on the other side of the room. It's like a small wine rack. It's got dark glass bottles, like almost black glass, like it's dark glass with liquid in them in the racks. Before that is a small chest about this big, and then around that is this along the wall down to the floor and everything is like a trail of like lamp oil. And there's a stud. You can see what you think is a stud in one corner of the lamp oil, like embedded in the stone. And there's white smokeless flame along the oil. About knee height, maybe?
Embedded in liquids?
It's embedded in the stone.
Oh, I was going to say that's...
Touch this stuff.
That
See what it
changes
does.
everything.
Like, don't press it, but like get a feeling for it.
It's on fire. Like it's like the oil is dripped on the stud and there's fire burning on it. Like you can touch it if you want.
Yeah, still do it.
Can you cast that spell again?
Yeah.
What is this?
You might want to stand back a little bit.
But there's oil, isn't there?
Yeah. There's burning oil. Burning.
Yeah, but
Maybe it's
Makes
just
him immune to
I'll
fire.
it's probably just a stud of distribute oil.
Do you still have the spell going, or did you let it?
I had dismissed it when the merc... Because without it, they'd have to run past me and catch on fire.
Everything's fine. You're fine. You activate it. It's fine. All right, so go.
I touched the stud.
You get the impression of a stud that activates fire. Creates fire.
Press it.
Cool. I
Creates fire?
It's probably maintaining this fire though.
Like create bonfire?
No.
Damn. I have that stud.
It's impossible to tell. It just gives you the impression the spell doesn't tell you what exactly.
I'm gonna take it.
Why is
That
the fire
probably-
white?
Oh, yeah.
Could come in handy to put in the lantern.
Oh, is it just...
What?
I said it might come in handy if we
What's the
calibrated into the
significance of this
lantern.
fire, though?
It's just a ring of fire around the chest and the wine rack.
How tall is the fire?
Knee height. Which is
Imagine
not a
we
problem
protect-
if you can
Might
walk
just
through
be a
fire.
light source.
I don't like that.
It's probably just defending it, so like the mercenaries don't go up and get his special stuff.
It's special stuff. I don't know why that's so funny.
Secret thought.
So if he takes the stud, is it does the fire go up?
I take one step back.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay. Do you try to get the stud out of the stone?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you using the teeth?
No, I'm gonna try to like pry it off with like a pry bar. or
I wonder what
something.
the teeth would do to the
Nothing
stone.
happens. Thank you.
Probably just destroy it. Because
No, they have like it's still stuck on the
That's a really
floor.
good
Yeah,
question.
it's still stuck on the floor. Like you pry
haven't
it,
you
but
heard they
like
explode or something?
the
They
studs
destroy
make
it?
the stone very tough.
I think we heard
Just
something a
leave
long
it.
time ago.
Leave it alone.
Studs
turn it off.
make the objects they're embedded in very, very durable.
Turn it off.
You would need the
Oh.
teeth to.
Yeah, could I turn it off then? Or
You want to try?
yeah, try to turn it
Try
off.
to turn it off. Turns off.
Does the fire go up?
Fire goes out. Well, the fire will go out when the oil is consumed.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just a brazier. No. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
guess,
it's
but, like,
surrounding this chest and the wine rack. He's obviously defending his valuables.
wait, it's knee height though. You could just get
Right,
the
you could
stool
go
and
through
hop
it, but
over
it's magical fire. Probably. You gotta hop in, hop out. Most crimes are crimes of
I just don't understand
opportunity.
why though.
I think it's more.
He's got glow globes. He can use
I
them
think
whenever
it's
he wants.
more, ceremonial than
Glow globes.
actual
It's not
defense.
for light.
This is the only light up here.
Yeah, it's the only light up there. And
But it's not for light, though. The point is to defend these things, I think. You know, it's not a perfect defense system,
We'll start
but
going
if you
through
know
the
he cares
things.
about them, then.
what things?
I get whatever the wine bottles and
Like picking them up, popping them open, and
It's all dragon blood.
it's all like
not popping them open, but like picking them up, seeing if there's anything like inside of them.
Oh yeah, they're all full of liquid.
How aged are these wines?
It's impossible to tell.
Crack one. Crack one.
You crack one open.
If they're not gonna, I'm gonna.
Okay. Do you take a drink?
I smell it.
You smell it? It smells like lamp oil.
It's lamp oil. It's the lamp oil stash for the whole castle. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. It's like a bomb up here or something. I don't know.
Oh shit! It might be. This might be a trap.
So I open the chest. No, I don't. Wait, I don't.
Move the lamp oil out first.
Yeah, the lamp oil has to go away,
So you pick up all the bottles.
just in
of
case
lamp
the
oil
chest
and-
explodes or something, and drop them down the hole.
Okay.
Just
all right.
somebody waiting, not to smash
You get all the
them.
way. Now you open the chest.
Yeah.
Okay. It's locked.
Well, let's open it. I hack at it or something. I look into its shadow. I hold like a candle to the keyhole to create a shadow inside, which I look inside of.
Okay. So you open the chest.
Whatever works. There's no light source in the chest, is what you're saying?
Light source in the chest. There are no shadows. This is pure darkness. So even if you could see anything, you can't see anything.
Fair.
So you open the chest and you see two things. The first is that the bottom of the chest is a framed portrait of Ardur Hargroove. It's very fine oil
That's
painting.
weird.
Like the bottom, like someone spent a lot of time working on this painting. It's a perfect representation of him. And he's seated at his desk and he's got one hand kind of like this and the other is like. And then you see on the top of the inside of the chest, blue rune flares into light, and then a thunder wave spell goes off.
Yeah, that seems about right.
And you take some thunder damage, and if the wine rack had been there, you'd be covered in fucking lamp oil like crazy.
And then on fire.
A trap.
Definitely a trap.
Almost says it
There's a
just
single
like
gold
that.
piece in there.
A trap.
I take it.
Worth it.
Awesome. Let's go check the other towers.
We got toilet paper now, guys.
Are there traps in all the other towers too?
I don't think so.
Are there hatches with treasure?
There are some opportunities for coin.
Is it worth our time? Is it a
Auto
lot of
loot.
coin?
Auto loot the castle.
Okay.
We take everything.
All right. Cool.
Ransack the place.
So, all right, Kandara Tower, top level is a bedroom. Bottom level is level is a bedroom. Top level is a bathing chamber. A whole bunch of like frilly like city like clothing, completely like ostentatious and useless for desert dwelling like stuff Kandara
Not in
would-
character for her.
Yeah, stuff that she would never wear. In the southwest tower, so this one,
The flaming one.
the flaming one. So the top level, you find a slightly burned.
We just. Domino wants to. Domino ignites his
These guys?
spear and starts
Oh,
lighting
you
the
want
stuff in Kandara's room on fire.
Okay, all right. She doesn't seem to have any problem with that.
Yeah.
So
She wants to live here.
the top level is a
We're getting
slightly
new
burning
furniture.
bathroom. Like it looks like someone shot several arrows and finally one caught, and like the toilet is kind of like on fire, and like
The
there's
toilet is on fire.
Just
Well,
the toilet. Yeah.
It's basically a wood, like it's a wooden seat over a hole in the floor.
Right, but I think that's my favorite sentence in this campaign.
The toilet's on fire and it's great.
And like there's towels and stuff, and the whole place is a little smoky, and the fire's kind of spreading to some like towels and like toilet paper and that kind of thing. And the toilet paper is basically just linen washcloths that people wipe their ass with. The lower level is this big clay-fired brick kiln. In the center of it is a stub. And it looks like there was at one point a ventilation system that connected to the hole for the mini heat. Like maybe that was the ventilation duct and the shithole. But like it stops a little bit above like it's a metal hood over the kiln basin. I don't know what to call it. Like it's kind of like the clay basin with a hood over it. And like there's a pipe, and then the pipe just stops. Like someone pulled out a piece and like. But there's a stub in it.
I'm gonna start taking little
Is it a
corners
stub
of the
creating a
painting.
It's a stub that creates fire, yes.
I'm gonna take little corners of the painting and start putting like little squares next to the latrine.
Okay.
Leaving the one with his face like right on top.
Okay. Good job. Okay. This tower, both levels, guards. Just guard stuff. They're barracks. They're I don't know why I said barracks, weird. But it's their barracks.
Weird.
There's some chests of belongings and stuff. You find like 50, 90, 102 gold pieces.
Make it easily dividable.
No.
100 flat.
You can do your math. You're an adult.
How much gold?
Alright, I get
There's
26 then.
There's a couple bank cards, the Great Bank of the Lost, but you're not going to be able to do anything with those. Okay. Good job. Anything else you guys want to do to this place?
I'm just amazed that we destroy Ardur that way.
Yeah.
That was good stuff, Jared.
That went well.
Yeah.
Well,
Glad you made it.
I'm happy
That would have not gone this at all like this if you missed.
Can you slide me down real quick?
Alright, so I guess that's going to do it for session
Thank you.
14. Your time is going to come.
Your time is gonna come. And it did! It came!
Should I just hit stop for Audacity?
Yes. I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Alright, we will see you next time.